morning.
Morning.
He's looking at you, kid.
No, I'm actually looking at you, then I'm looking at him. Now I'm looking at you, now I'm
Make them
looking at him.
uncomfortable now I'm
Yes.
looking at them as well, man. And you look great. You look absolutely beautiful this
Stunning.
morning. Energized, hey?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It should be. They say it's hump day, but you didn't feel like a hump day vibe. You got the energy to you.
Sure, man.
I love that. Good morning.
It's like almost a Friday. I don't know what's going on right now, but you are giving us the most, so we will give you the most. For 3 hours, we got you in our clutches, and we cannot wait. It's going to be an amazing show this morning. And, of course, it's a Wednesday, which means a culinary thread throughout.
Yes.
We are here for that.
A thread. Well, I'm going to hit the cliche. You know, I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Yes, today it's a masterclass. And Chef Clem's going to be in the kitchen with our experts to give you ice cream like you've never seen it before. I'm even going to hit like a citrus coffee infused, right? Malva pudding thing that we're going to do later, which I cannot wait.
I think that's
ice cream first.
I love it. No, that's the fallout because it was World Coffee Day yesterday.
That's correct.
And I think it should be World Coffee Day every day. And World Ice Cream Day, World Coffee Day, perfectly. We can just throw them all together. It'll work. We are here to have a whole lot of fun. And yes, also answer your questions. So if you've got anything on the culinary front, we've got the geniuses in the geniuses.
I like geniuses, but I like genii as well.
We'll ask the geniuses when they step into studio which one it is. But any questions, hit us up on our socials. We'd love to hear from you because it is the culinary hotline. Bling!
Ding, ding, ding! Oh, that was very good.
Hey?
That was, I'm going to take a breather. That was
a
amazing.
resonance.
Sorry,
you can go and feel that. And of course, when I say we want you to weigh in this morning, I'm not lying. We really want to start the conversation and keep it going for the next 3 hours. In fact, the next 24 hours, and our social media team is on it today. So here is what we are posing to you. You can create any ice cream flavor, anything in the world. Carte blanche, it's up to you. What's the name and what are the ingredients? Let us know via voice note 063 408 8863. If you've got any questions, any comments, you just want to pour some love, scoop some love on Clem and the amazing culinary team today, feel free to do it. You can also hit us up on the socials. And as always, at Expresso Show is where you'll find us. Hashtag Expresso Show is how you show us some love. So please do that. But of course, we've got a set course for the day and get in some vitally important news and sporting headlines. And then the fun can commence. Carl's got those latest headlines.
Thanks a lot, G. Let's take a look at your national headlines first. The South African Weather Service warns of severe weather in October and November, predicting heat waves, severe storms and damaging winds. The Highveld, which includes the northern Free State, Gauteng and eastern Mpumalanga, is especially prone to these conditions. Speaking at a Pretoria briefing, the Weather Service's Senior Manager of Disaster Risk Management, Rudzani Malala, explained that South Africa's unique geography causes varying weather conditions across seasons. Despite surprises over the recent cold and snow in KwaZulu-Natal, Malala noted that the Weather Service had accurately predicted these conditions. Now let's move on to Eskom, who recognizes that the proposed 36% tariff increase effective from April next year is significant. Chief Financial Officer Khaleb Kasim highlights the importance of keeping electricity prices cost-effective to lessen the impact of future increases on consumers. Now, Eskom's application outlines substantial tariff hikes over the next 3 years, including nearly 12% in 2026 and an additional 9% in 2027. He says that these proposed increases are part of Eskom's strategy to manage operational costs while ensuring financial stability for both the power supplier and its consumers. Now let's go international. Nigerian President Bola Tinubu has urged his compatriots for patience as they face a challenging economic situation. In an Independence Day speech yesterday, he defended his controversial economic reforms, asserting they are necessary and yielding results. Tinubu also claimed Nigeria was winning the war against violence that has claimed thousands of lives in the north. Meanwhile, protesters in Abuja and Lagos marked the 64th anniversary of independence from the UK by condemning what they perceive as the government's inadequate economic management. Now, Mark Rutte, the new Secretary-General of NATO, asserted that he does not see an imminent threat of nuclear weapons being used by Russia, despite what he termed reckless and irresponsible rhetoric from the Kremlin. Last week, President Vladimir Putin suggested that Russia might change its military doctrine to consider an attack from a non-nuclear state like Ukraine, backed by a nuclear-armed nation, as a joint attack. Putin's comments arose as Ukraine sought approval to use long-range Western missiles against Russian military sites. And Angela Jung, founder of the Impilo Collection Foundation and Brand South Africa ambassador, is preparing to climb Nepal's Amadablam, standing at 6,812 meters to raise awareness about gender-based violence and, of course, femicide. Angela views this climb as a symbol of the ongoing struggle many women face in silence and plans to carry the South African flag to the summit. Her mission is to break the shame surrounding GBVF and support an educational program to empower young women affected by it. Her foundation's impactful #EmpowerHer campaign, including a display of 6,200 bras at Constitutional Hill and subsequent distribution to GBV shelters in 2022, highlights their dedication to fighting GBVF. Amadablam is the next step in her inspiring journey. That's it for news for now, and of course another update in 1 hour, but let's take a first look at your sport. Here's G.
Fireworks, my friend, fireworks, and the cricket hasn't even started yet. Let's start with the SA20 Season 3 reaching new heights after a successful auction down in Cape Town. So over 580 players applied for just 13 coveted spots, with Reza Hendricks the top buy, joining MI Cape Town for 4.3 million. Then Sunrisers Eastern Cape securing paceman Okutle Tsele and English seamer Richard Gleeson, great buys there. And the Pretoria Capitals signing Evan Lewis and Mark Ackerman. And then Durban Super Giants bolstering their squad with rising star Shamar Joseph. Watch that name. And the SA20 season gets underway officially on the 9th of Jan 2025. But some incredible outfits already. Now, let's stay on that cricketing lane. In a highly competitive World Cup, the Proteas women find themselves in Group B, avoiding Group A's top contenders, including favourites, perennial favourites, let's call them Australia. The 2023 finalists expected to overcome Bangladesh, first-time qualifiers Scotland, and then, of course, possibly the West Indies, with England, I think, being our toughest challenge. Semi-final spot definitely promising, but anything is possible in those knockout stages. So the Proteas women start their campaign against the Windies on the 4th, then England on the 7th, then it's on to Scotland on the 9th, and then they finish their group stage with a clash against Bangladesh on the 12th of October. So quite a heavy roster, but the ladies are in the form of their lives. Now let's turn to last night's footballing action, and of course in the Champions League, Man City showing their form once again, securing their first win with a 4-0 thrashing of Slovan Bratislava, thanks to goals from Ilkay Gundogan, Phil Foden, Erling Haaland and James McAtee. And meanwhile, Arsenal, they also claimed their first victory in the competition, beating Paris Saint-Germain 2-0. Kai Havertz and Bukayo Saka leading the charge there. Now let's turn to tennis and what has been turning into a battle royale, and we've got the card that we wanted. So Yannick Sinner brushing aside controversy surrounding the steroid case currently swirling around him, and then a very raucous home crowd to reach the China Open final, where he'll face Carlos Alcaraz. So Sinner defeated Chinese wildcard Bu Yunchakawa Kete 6-3, 7-6. He showed some great form in that second set there, while Alcaraz displayed his top form with a 7-5, 6-3 win over Russia's Daniil Medvedev, setting up a thrilling final later today. So hopefully both have a little left in that gas tank. But that's where we leave our sporting highlights for now. We'll touch on them again in about an hour or so. Let's see how the weather's looking.
Thanks a lot, G. The South African Weather Service has issued a warning for extremely high fire danger conditions over the Richtersveld in the Northern Cape. Beginning tomorrow, heatwave conditions with persistently high temperatures are expected to affect the Richtersveld, spreading to the Namakwa and Kamiesberg, as well as the Matsikama in the Western Cape. This heatwave is anticipated to persist until Sunday. Naturally, hydration, sunscreen, and all the best. Now, talking about sun, I need some sunrise views, please. It's always a competition for me. I love seeing how, you showcase your sunrise view. So get snapping and send that to me, please. 063-408-8863 with a lovely photo of how you've woken up this morning. I'd love to see it. And of course, we'll put you up against the other competitors a little bit later as we look at your temperatures across South Africa. Uppington's getting there. You can see
gonna say.
you're moving toward the right level. 31 is okay for you, Uppington, but we expect more.
But how did we go from snowstorms yesterday to heat waves today? Come on, man.
So we're in South Africa.
It's a sign of the times,
We
man.
have so much talent, so many dynamics over here, and we've got more for you in your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
And a resplendent blue, okay? Dan and Andrew are back. Congratulations, gents, doing Western Province proud in the Interprovincials. Yes, golf is king this morning, or we will find out, because we're also going to throw in a little lesson, I think.
Yes, indeed. You know what? It's good to say at this point, putt, wait, there's more. We have a lesson for you, a little demo as to how you can become an interprovincial champion with your putter. If you don't have a putter, you can pretend, because we have imagination.
Get a blue.
And get a blue blazer while you're at it. Go fetch that in the meantime. We'll be back in a second.
Resplendent blue, please.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
I promised you a resplendent blue, and there it is. Welcome back, you beauties. Thank you so much for joining us. Western Province has done it again, braving the wind, considerable wind and rain. They emerged victorious at the 2024 South African Interprovincial Tournament amidst a very strong field, reclaiming the title. They, of course, lost last one in 2022, and their dominance throughout the week from the entire team, I think, despite tough conditions, securing them a very well-deserved triumph on home soil. So Captain Andrew Georgiou and player Dan Copeman join us in studio once again. Welcome back, gents. Great to have you here. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. It's good to be here.
Yeah, man, you can smile now. I'm sure there were moments out there where it got a little squirrely. Talk us through that performance in the context of the weather and the conditions that you had to go out there.
You just mentioned the snow, you mentioned the rain, you mentioned the sunshine.
The heat wave, yeah.
You get all the conditions in Cape Town. It's insane. So being a local team, a province coastal team, it really helped us. And we had wind, we had rain, it was hectic, 50, 60 Ks an hour that one day.
Every day it was just changing. It was like on the last day it was blowing so hard, the wind was literally pushing the balls across the green.
It's all right if it's behind you, man. We'll take it. It needs to be seen to be believed. Yes, there was a lot of rain, a lot of wind, and there was a lot of gees as well.
Always,
Take a little look at what transpired at the incredible Stellenbosch Golf Club. Take a look.
Golf course was phenomenal. The weather was very, very challenging. First time we're wearing our #1 kit, but the golf course was amazing. Really, really tough conditions, but the guys really played well, and just couldn't be prouder. So the very first day was actually one of our toughest matches against Northwest. We ended up winning 6.5, 5.5, and it came down to the 18th hole for 3 matches. Absolutely clutch to get that W on day 1. Firm and fast. I mean, these greens were running about 12, 12.5 on the stimp on the flat. Throw a little bit of wind in there. I mean, it was 50 Ks an hour earlier this morning. Yesterday we got rained on, just all the elements, but the guys are just amazing. Wednesday was our biggest day. The both unbeaten teams played against each other, EP and us, and the conditions just made it even more dramatic. But that's when the boys really pulled through. I think we won 9.5. Windy, hectic. I mean, the 5th day, 5 days of 36, you just want nice weather. But we're grinding out there, and we did enough to get the W.
Win pretty, win ugly, just win it, man. You can literally hear the flags. Like, Like, it's that kind of day. But it felt like that might have triggered something within the team. What do you think got you over the line? Obviously, a huge amount of momentum with wins at the right time. But it's quite a thing managing your own individual performance in a space like that. But when it's a team effort, it becomes a whole different kettle of fish, eh?
They talk about team golf all the time.
Yeah.
You look at the President's Cup that just happened. I mean, the momentum switches from there on the day one, day two.
Yes.
And for us to get the victory on the day one was huge. The foursomes is such an important part of it, where you're literally hitting alternate shots, and you and your partner. If you hit him in the bush, I mean, you gotta, don't say sorry. You just get out of trouble.
Would you like to say anything about your fellow golfers in this team right now? Just get it off your chest, man.
Yeah,
You can
I
let
have
it
a lot
out,
to
man.
say. I'm so grateful and thankful for all of them. They played all so well. I was the weakest link, which I felt a little bad
No, he
about.
wasn't. No, he
But
wasn't.
I was there for the team chemistry. I loved that. That was vibe. They gave me credit there.
Oh, good, yes.
But really, the
Yeah.
players played so well. Cole, Andries, Mitch, Henry, they were our top four. They played really, really solid. And then, yeah, the guys were just so fun to be around for the week. I really enjoyed it.
This underpins the importance of a tournament like this, because let's be honest, this is one of the doors you've got to knock, or you've got to kick down if you want to take the level up.
Yeah.
But you need the time in that kind of environment. Maybe not quite an extreme environment to this degree, but you need that ladder. You need the golfers to be sharing that kind of information, and there's no substitute for experience. When you think of where this team has been and where they're going and the mix that you have right now, what's working? What's the magic in the water?
So I'm on the other side of that. I've already played the pro golf. I've now come back, and I'm 38. The average team age was 24.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing a whole bunch of heaps of experience to the team. But it's nice just because the guys trust me. And, I mean, we had 5 rookies this year, I think it was.
Yeah.
And Dan was one of the rookies.
Yeah.
And it just helps.
Must be said, Andrew's such an awesome captain. I mean, really, it comes through, and like when we're there, you can see him. Even his speech at the end is great. It was.
But these are the moments, and I think he gets it, that how vitally important these moments are and how much you have to learn through that process. When you look at a tournament like this, how important was it for you in your trajectory to have this kind of moment?
Wow. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. It was it was another level. It was a level I hadn't experienced before, and
I think Dan was more nervous on the golf course than he is even being here.
Yeah, no, I was.
At least he's had a little bit of time here to kind of get used to the mix. But when you see this kind of promise with this many rookies in a team like this, you've got to be excited about where Western Province is.
It's fantastic. We've won 3 of the last 4 interprovincials, and to have talent coming through, I mean, our golf is really strong. And I'm not going anywhere yet, so...
Yeah, I know, but listen, but when players as young as you start talking about the latter stages, remember, golf, you're only halfway there, buddy, at least. Only halfway there.
But I can't keep up with the youngsters. I mean, this guy hits the ball so far, it's a joke.
Well, that might have been the 70 kilometre-an-hour winds that were aiding you on the day. With a
Dan
tournament
just
like
drops
this...
bombs, man.
Yeah, on the putting green and off the tee.
And that being said, when you've got youngsters like that in the space, and I'm saying this because Carl's going to have a little putting lesson in just a moment,
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
what is the talk like on the field? How much latitude is there to weigh in a moment, or is it like you've got to trust that they're going to find it within themselves?
You know what? It's cliche, but you say just play your own game. You've put in the hours. You've practiced. I mean, we're going to show you a little bit of putting techniques now. And there's a big question. If the putt's this long, and it's this long for 100,000 rand, what's the difference? There's actually no difference. However, in your mind, you're like, oh, what am I going to do? And you start thinking. Just don't think. Use the right brain. You got to just be visual and creative and...
Get out of your own way.
That's it.
Are
Breathe.
you
You
listening?
got to breathe, you know?
Relax, stay calm.
And you guys did it, and I love it, because these are the moments, we've spoken about those moments of becoming those moments where I get to plug in now and then 3-4 years from now, again, when you've taken the next step up and again, and it's amazing, man. So congratulations what you've achieved with this team this year. Absolutely
Lekker, man.
special,
Thank you
man.
so much.
Well done. Of course, hopefully Carl has been listening to the sage-like advice here when it comes to putting. We know golf, yes, can be the most unforgiving game on the planet, but Carl, you've got the chops, my friend. Can you actually play golf?
The thing is, right, I've actually only worn 1 sock today because I had a hole in one. So basically, I wanted to just only wear one of those. So that's how we're going to go today. And trust me, it's going to be a good one. I'm ready to be above par. in this particular, even though I should be below par in a way, but I'm going to try my best. I'm going to do what I can with the putter, but that's a bit later. I think one thing that we all should swing for is your chance to win Lotto. Your Lotto ticket for a life-changing 60 million rand guarantee jackpot this Wednesday could be yours, so don't get left behind and go get yours. So buy your tickets today or in-store on nationallottery.co.za. There's a website, of course, that you can use there, mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial star 120 star 7529 hash. That is for you, SSD. All the details are on our Expresso social media pages, so go check them out and make sure to get yourself in the running to win when you play Lotto for the guaranteed 60 million rand jackpot today, and do play now. Also, we want to show you a healthier version of yourself. We've got just the thing for you in the next couple of minutes. And as mentioned, I have a putter in my hand for good reason, because there's a putting demo coming up. This will be my chance to show you that this is what I could do in the future. I may just be, either with Lotto or with putting, a millionaire very, very soon. So make sure you stay there. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Only you can make my day. It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. I missed you because I've been thinking about doing some putting. The Victorious Western Province, they are here with us, the team in studio, and now they're going to take G and I through a little bit of a demo, fresh off their 2024 South African Inter-Provincial Tournament win. And I'm going to say that again, they did win because they're amazing. They're going to showcase their skills for G and I. So you've played golf many times, right? Have you ever done a proper 18?
Badly, really, really badly.
Yeah.
No, I've had one or two. The problem with golf is you kind of par one hole, and then that's all you need for the rest of your life. It's like being a Spurs supporter. You get one goal in one season, and you have false hope for the rest of the season.
Shame,
And that's
man.
how I feel about golf. Okay,
All right.
A little bit deflated, but it is often where I fall down in the short game. So what's the key here?
Okay.
Andrew?
So this is where the game is won or lost, right here. It's these short putts where if you make it, you win the hole. If you miss it, you might lose it. Let's see what you got, though. I want to see what I'm working
Yes.
with.
Wow.
See what you're working
It's a
with.
lot
First
easier
and
than the
Sure.
course.
Was he like this the whole time, Ruth, in the tournament? Just like.
Okay,
All
let's
right.
see. Posture,
keeps us
posture.
going.
Looking
All right.
a little bit too stiff. There, you got to relax a little bit. There we go. It's like
like
holding
that.
like toothpaste, nice and soft. Grip's pretty solid.
Okay.
All right,
Feels good.
let's have a go. Let's see what
All
happens.
right, so let's see. Not even looking at
All right.
me.
So you got to line that up. Oi!
I
Drop your lips there.
It's I did both of them and my bag at the same time.
Never up, never in. Eh?
You can see I've been burnt before. I've got PTSD.
All right, let's see. So the posture is going to be a little bit different here. Carl's coming in at about 5 foot here. So
Exactly, brother. That's the issue here. So
A bit more
go.
speed, a bit more
Stand up a
tempo.
little taller there. There we go. That looks good.
That's a
Line
bit
that
rude,
line up.
Andrew. That's a bit rude.
There we
but
go.
Okay.
It's
No,
fine.
that's good.
It's fine.
And
Okay.
just rock,
All the way,
those,
all the
rock
way.
those shoulders. There we go.
All the way.
Follow through.
A bit more. Give
There
it,
we go.
give it. All the way.
Oh!
Oh.
So close.
That is
Which feels worse, if you lost 100,000 the way I did, or lost 100,000 the way you did? That feels worse.
that was it.
I touched it. It's just, you know. It's,
No, that was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. Okay, show us how it's done. What
Yeah.
should we be considering when
Okay, Dan.
doing this little
Okay.
movement?
So you want to make sure that you line up this line over here
yes.
in the square with the ball as much as possible. You
right.
also see there's a line, so you want to line that up there like that.
Okay.
Then you
cool.
let's just put
Okay.
that back there. Then you stand over this, you line your putter up there, pretty much like that. You get different ways to hold the grip. This is traditional.
Yes.
Some people go like this. It depends on your square shoulders.
All right.
But if you like this, then you just kind of rock your shoulders back and forward. And that's it. That's it.
That was a
Dan?
great putt.
So this is Dan's putter. He made a great putt on the last hole on the first day, I think it was.
Jeez, that was
I
like
hope we
my
haven't
most
stolen the
nervous shot
mojo
of
from
the
your
whole
putter,
day.
dude.
Let's see if you can replicate that.
It was literally like this long.
And guys don't
Yeah.
give you
And?
putts. So, I mean,
I
it's-
was shaking.
Okay, well, I can imagine. Because, you know, when you are closer, there's more anxiety to actually miss because you are
It's
closer.
kind of like
Yeah,
kicking
more
for post.
very
expectations.
square with his shoulders, very square, looks natural.
Yes.
Lined it up. Oh, that's good. That's good.
It's there.
It was good.
Would have given that rattle. That
Yeah, if you get it really perfect, it just sits like nicely in that cup there.
Oh, man.
Is that how it works? Is that what we're supposed to do? Because I thought I got quite close. But okay, I think
Okay,
G
let's
should
give it another go.
shot.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is, I'm excited for this.
Just
Okay,
but also
so
do
just-
the whole move with the
just-
golf. You have to like
just to-
line it
line
up.
it up.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, go.
It's not.
Nah,
It's
okay,
quite
there's,
straight.
um,
I'm going to tell you, there's not
okay.
much break in it.
Unfortunately, there's not 70 kilometers
Sorry. Just a
an
minute.
hour wind. Thank you.
Yeah. There we go.
Beautiful.
Line there.
What do you reckon, eh? The putter, eh? I'm going to go with the putter.
Go for the putter.
The
I'm gonna-
Expresso
I'm gonna
field's
use
quite
the
Yeah,
flat.
putter's a good option.
All right.
So normally you have to read the grain as well in the break. This is very flat. So this is the easiest putt you're actually going to get.
Thanks
Since
for
it's
saying
on
that.
TV,
Thanks,
so
eh?
it's a
Thanks,
bit harder.
Thanks, Captain. I appreciate it. I'm convinced that I fall in the studio all the time. I'm convinced there's a slope. So I'm just going to go with
Graham
that.
Richardson.
All
Remember
right, so we want to be a
tempo.
bit more relaxed.
So
We've got
don't
our
worry
lines
about
there
the
for a
result.
reason.
You just worry about the process. You just take it back, take it through. If Carl can do it, there we go.
Okay, we want to give it a bit more.
Keep your head down.
Visualize.
There we go.
It's
Here we
an
go.
albatross for Graham
100,000 rand. Here we go.
Augusta.
There we go. Come on,
That was a good putt, though.
I feel better losing 100 grand like that, to be honest, than
That was-
tripping on the.
That was there.
Proper.
I
Doing a
feel
Joe
like that was
Biden.
there.
baby. That was good. That
Oh,
was good.
goodness.
Enough to believe again. For the rest
Yes.
of my life, I'm going to feel like I could potentially be a professional golfer.
You could,
Thanks, guys.
actually, you could.
You've awoken that beast.
There we
in
go.
me.
Here we go.
You could.
Little practice strokes there.
Beautiful.
Solid.
Beautiful. Oh, come on, Rob.
Hold on, does this actually work? I'm just want to
you
make
bring-
sure.
is this
'cause we've
a
been
dare
practicing
show?
that.
It's very difficult.
Yeah,
Is
I
this
can
the
only imagine.
drinking game version
I
of
feel
the
like it
putting
is.
thing? I think that's.
This came from a bachelor party. Come
you
on.
find this-
see, man.
But to make it stop there, it's actually too difficult. I mean,
Yeah.
you want to hit it harder. You want to make sure
Yes.
it...
But that's a good way to introduce people to golf, is give them an impossible challenge, and then you'll kind of understand what golf is really about,
try
eh?
it. Trying
You
to not
see our
get too
team
frustrated.
captain.
A game of
Hold it.
imperfections.
All right.
It is, eh?
Let's see if we
Perfectly
can do this.
imperfect. Oh,
You know what?
But that's in. That's in.
that's in, man.
We
It's in the-
can't. We have to get it in. Sorry, we can't go anywhere else. I know that somebody might be waiting for
Should we
us.
do
in
a
the kitchen.
little
Let's
one?
just
Ooh, okay. That's 1 foot. So that's what that
So is
line
that
is.
going to work? So essentially, you need to get it there, right?
Into that little cup there.
Let's just make sure it's possible.
It is
Yes,
possible.
I want
It
to
is
make sure.
possible.
Is it possible?
Stop right there. I mean,
Oh,
it's
now you've just
poking-
destroyed all of our hopes and dreams because we know it can actually be done. I was
can
quite
do it, though.
happy for
We'll
this
do
to
it.
be
We'll do it.
impossible.
I spend
Did you
my
not see that?
evenings just doing it over and over again.
That was like magnetic.
Come
Okay.
on.
It's got to be so good. The touch, the feel.
For 100,000
It's got to be a perfect putt.
Here we go.
Okay, it's going to happen.
On the
It-
tee, Carl Wasty to win the Masters.
Oh, come on! I'm not getting a green
Clearly,
jacket.
the badge doesn't matter at all to us. I don't know what the
Try
badge
give it
saying
one
is,
go.
but
Graham, do you wanna
believe in
try?
the
You look like
badge.
you're playing
Believe
for one
in
of
the
the other
badge.
teams there.
I know.
I think this has both highlighted how beautiful the game is, how frustrating it can be,
Very.
and how much it means when you can do this under pressure, when there really is 100,000 or more and a title up for grabs. Pride, man. Pride. Congratulations,
Those are
man.
good
Well done.
strokes.
I'm going to give it another
done.
one.
Thank you. Thank you.
And of course, you can feel free to share your frustrations with us if you've had an equally frustrating time
Come on, do
coming
this.
to grips. Okay,
It's
come on,
happening.
man.
Right, here we go.
Just go home. Don't you want to go
okay.
to your little home?
We had the
All right,
British.
come
Don't you miss your home?
If Graham gets this, we're going to show you something that's going to help you live a healthier life. Here we go. That's it.
Oh!
for all love of God and money and all things
There we go.
in between.
There we go.
Can we not have joy? Look at that.
That's a good
It's
thing.
happened.
You can have that
It's
one.
happened. There we go. Okay. Now we need to show you how to live a healthier life. Of course, golf has to be included in that lifestyle, but here's more.
It's the etiquette.
I know it is.
You're on your Feel Good Breakfast show here on S3. And my friend, we love getting to have really wholesome conversations, particularly about how we can look after our bodies. And this is why we know that we live in a world that is all about quick fixes and fads and all these different things. However, when it comes to weight loss, my friend, it is not just about shedding the pounds, but it is about actually adopting a lifestyle that allows you to have balance and be healthy. And this is why this morning we're joined by our friends from the Medical Nutritional Institute. I'm talking about Ashley Smith. She is a researcher who's here to let us in on how we can find that balance and what it is they're doing to help us do so. Ashley, I know that weight loss for me, since I was a kid, it's always been something I've been about. And I can tell you from experience, it is not easy. But this is why I have to ask, why is it so important that we rather are adopting a long-term goal than just trying to have a quick fix right now in terms of our mindset?
So it's really important to understand that weight loss should not be seasonal. Successful and lasting weight loss results are achieved with a lot of hard work and over a long period of time. And it's actually when your health goals become weight management.
I like that, weight management. And that's where I am right now, but also trying to, reach a few goals here and there. But one thing that makes it really difficult is food. We get food shoved in our faces all the time. And I genuinely know that it can be really difficult to stick to my diet, the thing that I've decided to do in terms of trying to be healthy. But this is why I want to know from you, what is M&I's philosophy when it comes to food and really just trying to find a balance?
Yeah, so unless you're somewhat of a fanatic, no one can sustain that deprivation style diet without the wheels eventually falling off.
Yeah.
And even worse, your experience will make you hate the process so much that you'll just give up and lose all interest in weight management. But feeling good and feeling healthy doesn't mean that you should deprive yourself or torture yourself. Make peace with the fact that every now and then you will step outside the boundaries of your meal plan.
Yes.
But then it's important to compensate. Remember, it's not just about gaining an extra kilo. It's especially important if you are diabetic, if you have a heart condition, or if you have abnormal cholesterol.
Okay, so I can have that donut once a week.
Yes.
Oh, thank you actually giving me a reason. All right, but you guys at M&I, you've done such great work when it comes to really being in the know of what it is we can do best when we talk about our weight loss, but more than anything, that buzzword, balance. So what is your guys' philosophy on that, and what exactly are you doing to kind of help us when it comes to balancing our weight management?
So firstly, at M&I, we like to replace the phrase cheat meal with damage control loophole. And this immediately changes your emotions from guilt to hope, and it helps you stay motivated.
Yes.
And then you can use antaglin as your damage control strategy. Antaglin targets various metabolic pathways involved in your fat and glucose digestion. And antaglin inhibits the digestion of carbohydrates so that your body absorbs fewer carbs and sugars from your diet. Antaglin also supports your body to excrete excess sugar, and this is really good news when it comes to preventing further weight gain, because all excess calories are converted to and stored as fat. Antaglin also increases the bioavailability of digestive hormones that make you feel fuller for longer, thereby reducing your appetite and your food intake. The most important thing that we need to break away from is the idea that when our diet derails, we should just completely give up. Antaglin can support you through that meal or that extra glass of wine so that it prevents you from gaining the weight that you worked so hard in the first place to lose.
Yes.
Understanding and implementing damage control strategies can make the world of difference to your health journey. It's all about finding a sustainable approach that allows you to enjoy life while still reaching your health goals.
I love that. Thank you, Ashley. It is M&I that has got your back, Expresso family, when it comes to weight loss. You heard all about antaglin. And I did tell you, it is not a cheat meal, as Ashley told us. It is rather a damage control loophole. Absolutely incredible. And you know that this is where we are changing our mindsets to rather leave the quick fixes and go for that long-term goal, and rather getting to have that balance and those long-term benefits. And this is why evidence-based approaches, as well as scientifically supported strategies, are rather the better way to go in terms of our roadmap to success and getting that weight loss that we want.
healthier lifestyle. That's amazing. We are healthy here. I've got some guests in the kitchen for you on your Feel Good Breakfast show. A little later, we've got a spring-inspired workout, and that workout will help us burn some of the calories that we will gain when we've got Lena Sonicson, who is here from Tada! Ice cream. Now, Lena's going to give us a little masterclass in ice cream about the flavoring, about how they create some of the best ice cream you'll ever taste in your natural life, as well as Chef Clem to answer all of your questions about ice cream. You know, do you always have to use a cremon glaze? Is it one of these things where you can mix up the flavors? What flavors can you do? What can't you do? Is the world really open to ice cream? It is going to be that type of show. So make sure you get on the phone and get involved, because your culinary hotline bling is coming your way very soon in the next couple of minutes. So stay right there. I scream, you scream, we all scream for Expresso.
Ta-da.
Only you can make my day. It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
And welcome back to the kitchen. Caught me stuttering there. It's a Wednesday. The phone lines are open because we want to hear from you, which must mean it's the culinary hotline bling. Do you want ice cream? Only Carl Wasties and become to the kitchen for some ice cream because only his voice was heard. We've got Lena in the kitchen this morning. Lena Sonicson, the queen of scoop herself. Welcome to the kitchen.
Thank you so much.
We are only allowed to say your company's name in a very expressive form. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Listen, Cape Town has gone nuts for your ice cream. So I'm super excited to unpack the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts, and what ice cream's all about. So first question is, I found out or read that Tada is an ode to Cape Town. Can you explain like how you've taken the influence of Cape Town and how that translates into the ice creams that you make today?
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know what I love more, ice cream or Cape Town. So to bring both together has really been a dream come true. And, you know, Cape Town is a vibe. I mean, I'm not the first German to fall in love with the city, but I fell in love with Cape Town years ago, and to now, like, do this and sort of bring a little bit of joy to Cape Town has been really, really fun.
And this trend of ice cream just taking over the world, I don't think it's a trend. I think it's always been there. And I think we're just appreciating flavors, especially you using all natural flavors. South Africans are more aware of the food that they eat, and they're looking for the quality.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Because if we want the, I'm going to say gewone, because gewone ice cream is still really good, but if you want to treat yourself and really immerse yourself in the quality of good ice cream, Tada is there. So let's talk about your philosophy around ice cream. I mentioned all natural. If you have to describe ice creams in Tada, you can add emotion to it as well. How would you describe the experience and the ice creams of Tada?
I mean, it is right there in the name, right? Tada is, you almost can't say it without smiling and kind of doing jazz hands. And it is that little moment of joy, and it is surprising in all the right ways. And I think that comes through in the flavors. And that's what we're aiming for. I think childhood memories play a role, you know, indulgence, little treats. Maybe you're not going out for a full dinner, but you can always have a scoop of ice cream.
You can always have a scoop of ice cream.
We literally in the store say breakfast, lunch, dinner, no judgment. It's a judgment-free zone. Just come in for a scoop at any time of the day, and you'll leave that little bit happier, I think.
No, you will.
And that is what we're trying to do.
It's a safe space.
It is a very
For
safe
all
space.
ice cream lovers.
Yes, and those aspiring to be ice cream lovers. I think we've convinced 1 or 2 people.
I would believe so. So South Africa, what I want to know from you this morning is, what is your favorite ice cream flavor? Let us know on the WhatsApp line. Send us that voice note to 063-408-8863. Can I ask you that question?
Sure.
Can you have a favorite?
I mean, obviously, we have 20 flavors at least in the display at all times, and people come in all the time and they're kind of overwhelmed, and we do tasters, so we are trying to help. Sometimes it doesn't really help, but people then ask me, what is your favorite flavor? And since I make all the ice creams, it's like asking me for my favorite child.
You can't do that.
So I can't do that. But then again, I do actually have 2, and I
Okay.
did bring them both. One is the marzipan pear. Marzipan being something that I think is not soup, and I think it's probably one of these, that not a lot of South Africans are very familiar with, or at least they think it's probably Christmas. But I think Germans do marzipan year-round, and I pair it with a pear sorbet. That was a lot of pairing, all puns intended, and real chunks of marzipan, so that's delightful. And then we have a grapefruit cinnamon sorbet, so that's a vegan, non-milk flavor, and the grapefruit packs a nice little punch, but then the cinnamon adds a little bit of warmth, and it's delightful, and I think we're gonna try it.
We have to. Let's do this. So let's start off with our marzipan ice cream. And I
it's
think,
this one.
so, like you said, South Africans know marzipan. What did you say? You said
For Christmas.
For Christmas, but also for weddings.
Oh.
Yeah, the wedding,
for like
the wedding
cakes.
cakes. Yeah.
Oh, right.
And I mean, to be honest with you, it's nice, but it's off-putting because I mean, it's not that like intense, beautiful all almond marzipan, which I'm guessing you've got going on there. That is a different flavor on its own. So
Well, we
I
need
wish
to
I had a
try.
friend named Carl Wasty, but I don't know, because I would love him to try some marzipan flavored ice cream. Carl Wasty, he's on his way. In the meantime, let's get ready. So, marzipan and pear. Okay.
So it's a pear sorbet and a marzipan ice cream, and I swirl them together, and then I throw in chunks for good measure.
Oh yes, gold spoon.
Hi.
Want the gold?
Sorry, did somebody call? Just like it's like a bat signal when you say ice cream, then I appear. So what's happening? Do you need me to save your life?
Yes, absolutely.
Well done. Love it. Okay, cool.
There we
so
go.
we're gonna do this.
In. So, Carl Wasty, what you're about to try is marzipan and pear. Now we know marzipan from the beautiful fruit
Marzipan,
cakes.
almond, so then pear, beautiful. So you get the marzipan, it's got a lovely rounded flavor. Pear, slightly acidic, and also good tart notes if you get the right type of ripeness of pear. So we're gonna do this
Yes,
tasting as well.
yes.
Okay.
Just go in.
What is the correct way, if we're gonna buy a tub of ice cream from Tada, what's the best way to store it when we get home? I know you're gonna say in the freezer,
Nobody's storing it because it gets eaten in the car.
but I was gonna respond, but I can't.
Exactly what I said. The latent sweetness, slight acidity, the roundness of the marzipan that gives it that note of deliciousness that you need. I think it's a very, very beautiful flavor. It's going to be a good complement to other desserts, but on its own, it's a masterpiece.
Yeah, so we kind of almost tried to like recreate desserts in ice cream because there's nothing you can't ice cream.
Thank you.
And
Almost.
Exactly, and also the fact that it's not that sweet, I totally understand why you're saying that we could eat the whole tub and there should not be leftovers.
I completely understand. Like, I would eat that now if I didn't have to talk.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
There we go. Next flavor we have up is gonna be, you said your grapefruit and cinnamon.
Ooh,
Let's see if we
yes,
find that one.
please.
We need to now do
Mint
Okay,
choc.
you do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. Go there. Oh,
Ooh, Vietnamese coffee.
what?
Add this to the list, Carl Wasty.
Yes,
and
please.
here's the grapefruit cinnamon.
Okay, we're gonna go first with our grapefruit and cinnamon.
And let's talk. Can we talk about the pairing?
Yep.
And how you in your test kitchen think about flavor, because you know I know that Chef Clem, he loves his experiments too. You love the fact that when you have flavors, they've got to be almost antagonists that actually have a peace treaty in your mouth. Like that's how flavors should be. And I just think, is it the same thing for you? Do you just say, I'm going to match these two in the kitchen. Oh, that doesn't work. This works. That doesn't work. Is that how you test?
Yeah, totally. I mean, as a professional ice cream eater for all my
A
life,
professional ice cream eater for all your life. It's a lot
pretty
of-
much. There's flavors that I remember. We just talked about Rome and the ice cream there. And there's this like beautiful place. And you've had an ice cream maybe 20 years ago and you still remember it. And then I try to recreate some things. Some things work. Most things actually work because if you do good ice cream, then all bets are off. But yeah, you test.
Okay.
Can I be honest with you?
I'm falling
I
in
didn't
love.
hear anything you said.
No, I'm sorry. Can
I
you
didn't
repeat?
hear a thing
I'm
that
also
you
just-
said.
Hold on.
Oh,
What is this?
I've got the grapefruit in my ears.
Do you know what?
What?
And also,
What is it saying?
this, what does it say to you?
So it's literally saying summer, it's fine, the sun can stay away because all the sunshine's there. The acidity of that grapefruit with the cinnamon, you need the cinnamon there because it
Because
kind
sort
of like...
rounds it out.
So what happens with this? With you know the grapefruit? Yes, a grapefruit almost hits you with a sweet, and then the sourness comes to the back door and goes like this. Hey, I'm still here, and there's a bitterness.
I'm sorry, Carl. Honestly, I've always been a creamy or chocolatey ice cream over fruity base.
This one
Not
changes
anymore.
that. Yeah, this one changes that for sure.
This is
But
great.
also,
Wow.
let's do
You
the
have more?
blueberry. Yeah, you know.
You know what? I don't care how they shouted us for like saying, hey, just make sure it's stuck. You know, time-wise, I don't care now. Sorry.
Try this. So this is again a swirled flavor, which means there's a mascarpone ice cream and a blueberry sorbet.
But now I've got a big spoon.
No.
You know what?
You made your bed.
There we go, but I think I'm going to bring in someone else to help you taste. Daniel, get on in the kitchen. Daniel's going to help you taste. What I want is, while they're busy tasting, then I want to ask you, what is the difference between a sorbet and an ice cream?
So the sorbets are milk-free. Which means they are a fruit base, or I actually also do really super scrumptious milk-free chocolate and also nut-based ice creams, sorbets, which means the vegan have something super creamy and delicious to enjoy as well. For example, I have a peanut crunch flavor that comes with like entire peanuts and a lot of chocolate, and that's delightful. And then I also do, which we talked about, a very dark chocolate sorbet that is also completely milk-free.
Amazing. Now, South Africa, when we come back a little later, we're going to talk more about pairings and what you can expect from flavors from Tada. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Culinary Hotline Bling.
Ding! Ice cream.
Can't. This is amazing.
Good.
Oh, I love it. You earned that, buddy. You earned that every scoop. Well, let's take out what we put in, shall we? Get ready to spring into action with a fresh workout to kickstart your fitness routine. Yep, you can start right now in your lounge, in your bedroom. It doesn't matter where you are, no excuses. And as the weather warms up, we've got a nice little high-energy session lined up to help you tone, strengthen, and boost your stamina and also your energy. Because if you raise the energy level, it's amazing how much that energy stays with you. And DDJ coaching and personal trainer Dale Hendricks joins us for a little bit of fun this morning. And I love the fact that you always understand the brief in terms of where we're coming into this. So I've been getting fitter, getting stronger. Obviously, I've got a major back issue from a back operation. So I've always got to work around that, which is a bit of a curveball. But I know you guys, everyone's got something. It might be a knee, it might be a back, something like that. So talk us through your approach for this little fitness session.
Cool. Good morning, and thank you for having me once again.
Always awesome.
Today
man.
we're gonna do a quick step routine. We call it a spring in your step.
Spring in your step. I
Spring in
like
your
that.
step. And we're gonna go low impact, like you said, if you have an injury. We're just gonna go low impact. It's good for the recovery process as well. If you have a lower back, if you have a knee or ankle injury. So we're just gonna run through a few exercises, and then here and there I'll give an alternative as well.
Brilliant.
If I do go with the first option, I'll maybe give a second option as well for those who prefer that way. So yeah, to get us going, we're just gonna
I love that.
get the heart rate going. We're gonna go up and down. So
And here's the thing, because you need movement. It's critical. If I don't move for 2 weeks, I go back about 2 months in my recovery process.
exactly,
Yet your
yes.
body is nervous, especially if you're recovering from an injury. You're naturally nervous. Your muscles are naturally tensed.
Yeah.
So you've got to find a balance. And
Gotta
I think
find a
finding the right
balance,
kind of
yes.
trainer who gets that is
Yeah.
almost as important as the workout itself.
Exactly.
You know.
So with the walking up and down, you can even do if you're more advanced, you can even run it up and down as well. So you can always speed it up, increase the intensity as well. Okay, we're going for another 5 seconds, and then we're gonna switch it up.
Nice.
And as always, you can do this without the step as well.
The nice thing is,
Ooh.
chances are you got steps somewhere in your house.
Yeah.
Just
And
use
then
what
we're
you
gonna walk it
got.
out, take an active rest. Our next exercise, we're gonna step on the step and then just do a squat and come back. So we're gonna walk
Okay.
on, right? And we're gonna squat, keep the back straight, chest out, and come back and go on again. Down. There we go.
Glute activation.
Activation is
I think understanding how powerful and dynamic the glute system, if you will, is been a
we go.
major eye-opener for me.
Let's go for another few. Okay. Good for the quads as well, eh?
Nice.
This one. Let's go. There we go. And we're gonna walk it out again. Active rest as always. So we're gonna go inside leg and we're just gonna lift the knee and we're gonna tap it, right? And we're gonna switch it over. Alternate all the time. There we go. As you can see, it's low impact. Anyone can do it. Engage that core when we lift that knee, okay? Here we go.
You can also take out your frustrations. Just imagine what's there.
Exactly, it's a good stress relief, eh? Let's go for another 3. 1, 2,
Nice.
and
I can literally
3.
feel my range of movement and motion increasing
Yeah.
through that with just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Ah,
So it's
brilliant.
gonna ask you to move the step, take it to the middle, just like that. And we're gonna go
Right.
for a ski squat. So I'm gonna do the faster version, the more intense. I'm gonna give you the second alternative, right? So this is the quicker one. Hop on, off, and then the second option will just be to walk it out. So I'm gonna give you that option.
All right.
I'm gonna go faster. Okay, I'm
I
gonna go a little
appreciate you for
faster.
that. Ooh,
And the run
okay.
on. Here we go. Lovely stuff. Keep the back straight, chest out. Beautiful.
Now, I've heard
Nice.
by activating the glutes like this, you can actually achieve more across your entire body than doing a full body workout. That's how important the glutes are,
Correct. That's correct. Let's
To
go
the
for a few
system.
more.
especially if you're looking for gains.
Exactly. 2, last one.
Nice.
And then 3. Gonna keep the step there. Can we squeeze in a few more?
Let's do it, man. Let's
Okay,
do
we're
it.
gonna go 5 by 5s, right? So we're gonna 1 leg on, 1 leg off. Okay, we're gonna go 5 high knees, knee taps. 3, 4, 5. Now we're gonna switch it over. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're gonna switch it over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
I love that. But yeah, I've got to ask, because a lot of people, I think, want to make up months' worth of training in weeks going into summer.
Yeah.
And this is a dangerous period, I think, for people to just go in cold and throw themselves in. But you want to be motivated. You want to embrace your fitness, because we can now. What's your advice for people at this phase of the year, coming out of winter, going into spring?
Man, don't expect a miracle, right? Have fun with your fitness, and like we always say, it's never too late to start. So go for it, right? The only bad workout is the one that never happened. So
I like that.
just go for it, and yeah, enjoy it while you're at it, and don't put yourself under too much pressure. Okay?
I love it. I love the fact that everybody is welcome in this house. And that is, I think, one of the most powerful things I've heard maybe this year, okay? There is no bad workout except the workout that didn't happen. Dale, you're an absolute legend, buddy.
Thank you, man. Thank
Oh, man, I like this active rest. Ooh-wee. Oh, buddy, you have earned the right. Guava or orange?
Guava.
It's all yours. Cheers, lad.
Thank you. Cheers.
I think I needed a little bit more than you.
Crushed it. I can
good.
see. Fantastic workout there. Thanks a lot, Dale. Spring in my step indeed. And now I need to give you a bit more, because there are 500 reasons to go crazy from the Crazy Store. And you're going to hear that a little bit later on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Plus, we've got Steve McKellar here from Civil Twilight to give you something new, something amazing, and you're going to love that. So that's up in the next couple of minutes, so make sure you stay right there. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso. It's S3, and hold on to your hats. The Crazy Store just hit an epic milestone. They celebrated the opening of their 500th store. Congratulations to them. And you're invited to the crazy celebration with unbeatable offers, surprises around every corner, and that signature Crazy Store magic. So this one is the grand opening you do not want to miss. And we sent Carissa there to be the first at the door to take a look.
Consider this your official invitation as we welcome the 500th Crazy Store. You see all the action happening behind me. We are currently on the ground at the newly renovated Bayside Mall. And as you can imagine, this is an incredible milestone that you and I get to experience together. It's filled with joy and excitement. So let's not waste any time. Let's see what they're about.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 500th Crazy Store. It's a very special day for us all today. Obviously, making 500 stores is an incredible achievement for our brand. It's something that doesn't happen very often, I think, in most of our lifetime. So all of those staff who are here today, thank you for being here. Who knows, maybe there'll be 500 more stores to come. But thank you for your support. Cheers.
I think that it's an amazing store and that many people should come.
Today is such a milestone. I'm so honored to be on the ground celebrating alongside Crazy Store. It honestly is one of my favorite places to get all my shopping done. It's pretty much a bunch of stores within one store. So my cat and dog are taken care of, my house is taken care of, and of course some self-care for me is sorted.
500 stores for the Crazy Store is an amazing achievement. We're really proud of it. It's not a goal that was set. It wasn't a target. You can't set a target to have 500 stores. You merely set a target to delight your customers and hopefully grow your footprint. And I think the exciting thing for us is that our customer base has actually voted with their feet for these 500 stores to open. So our customers have driven our growth and they've driven who we are as a business.
We've heard a rumor that this will be the 500th store opening, so we can't miss it. Obviously, gadgets, toys, and all Mr. Miyagi's favorite things. There are so many doggy outfits with Cape Town's weather being winter and summer all in one season. I'm sure we'll be looking at some doggy outfits to match his wardrobe.
One of the great parts of the Crazy Store, and it links to our duck mascot, is that it is a fun environment. It's a non-threatening environment. And as we've obviously grown bigger, so the fun has actually increased. We've spent a lot of time focusing on that, because as you get bigger, you can become more corporate, a little bit more serious, but we must never lose sight of who we are.
We cannot continue without talking about the mascot for the Crazy Store. We saw it in full size, and the best part is that I got to co-create it along with our balloon master today. He showed me a trick or two, and I think that this might be a calling that I need to tap into.
It's absolutely a crazy experience. I can't believe it's 500 stores later. It's been such a part of our heritage as well. Now that I'm a new mom, it's also become that staple store where you just pop into for anything basically. I've definitely gone a bit overboard. I've popped in and just started gathering gifts for kids that's birthdays are coming up. I'm not at Christmas shopping just yet, but I'll pop in for that as well.
The 500th store celebration has been a day filled with so much shopping, of course, and also joy and excitement. A huge congratulations to the Crazy Store from us at the Expresso family. This truly is just a testament to your growth and your success. And because they're 500 stores, that means that there is one near you in South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, and Swaziland. So I'll catch you there.
Sometimes you just got to go a little crazy. Congratulations to the fam. Well, I hope you are ready to embrace the madness. If so, head right to your nearest Crazy Store today and then go and explore a treasure trove of unique items and truly delightful surprises for the entire family and now even our furry friends as well. You can discover the fun that awaits you and make your shopping experience truly unforgettable.
come in with a little, leave with a lot. The Crazy Store has a whole range of stuff bound to surprise and delight the whole family.
Let's take a look at your news headlines, and starting off nationally, a person has been taken in for questioning regarding the murder of 18 people in Lusikisiki, Eastern Cape. Police Minister Senzo Mchunu and Police Commissioner Fanny Masemola emphasized that this was solely for questioning and did not guarantee an arrest. Mchunu, alongside Eastern Cape Prime Minister Oscar Mabuyane, visited the victims' families yesterday. Mabuyane condemned the high level of crime and pledged government financial assistance for the victims' families. The attack occurred on Saturday night, just before a traditional funeral ceremony for a woman and her daughter murdered a year ago. The South African Weather Service, meanwhile, has warned of severe weather in October and November, predicting heat waves, severe storms and damaging winds. The high fault, which includes the Northern Free State, Gauteng and Eastern Mpumalanga, is especially prone to these conditions. Speaking at a Pretoria briefing, the Weather Service's Senior Manager of Disaster Risk Management, Rudzani Malala, explained that South Africa's unique geography causes varying weather conditions across seasons. Despite surprises over the recent cold and snow in KwaZulu-Natal, Malala noted that the Weather Service had accurately predicted these conditions. On to international news. Iran launched hundreds of missiles towards Israel last night, with some reportedly striking Israeli territory. This marks Iran's second attack this year, following a similar barrage of missiles and drones in April. The Israeli military stated that around 180 missiles were fired towards Israel, with footage from Israeli TV appearing to show some missiles flying over the Tel Aviv area. Military officials have confirmed that several hits were recorded during the attack. Meanwhile, Iran claimed that 90% of the projectiles hit their intended targets. Now, Nigerian President Bola Tinubu has urged his compatriots for patience as they face a challenging economic situation. In an Independence Day speech yesterday, he defended his controversial economic reforms, asserting they are necessary and yielding results. Tinubu also claimed Nigeria was winning the war against violence that has claimed thousands of lives in the north. Meanwhile, protesters in Abuja and Lagos marked the 64th anniversary of independence from the UK by condemning what they perceive as the government's inadequate economic management. Now, 80-year-old South Korean model Choi Soon-hwa is proving age is just a number as she prepares to make history. Born nearly a decade before the first Miss Universe contest back in 1952, Choi is now a finalist in the Miss Universe Korea competition. With the age limit lifted, the octogenarian is set to compete with 31 younger contestants for the coveted tiara, hoping to represent South Korea in Mexico this November. Choi's zest for life and fearless attitude to stun the world shines through as she aims to show what a healthy, vibrant 80-year-old can achieve. Whether she wins or not, Choi's journey is already a beautiful testament to following your dreams at any age. And on that note, talking about age, here's G.
And believe it or not, I was saying, what a wasted opportunity. I wish it was me doing the news and Mr. Wasty coming on afterwards because he had to have something beautiful to say. All right, I'm going to park my Zimmer frame. Let's get into a very exciting cricket. Cricket for the younger men. It's the SA20 in season 3. Oh, it started with a bang already. We haven't had a ball bowled new heights after a very successful auction down in Cape Town. So over 580 players applied for just 13 coveted spots. So who's in? Well, Reza Hendricks, the top buy, joining MI Cape Town for 4.3 million. Well done. Then Sunrisers Eastern Cape securing paceman Okutle Tele and English seamer Richard Gleeson as well. Great buy there. The Pretoria Capitals signing Evan Lewis and Mark Ackerman. And then the Durban Supergiants bolstering their squad with rising star Shamar Joseph. Watch that name. And the SA20 season gets underway officially on the 9th of Jan next year. It's going to be a big one. Now, speaking of big ones, the ladies in action pretty soon in a highly competitive World Cup. The Proteas women find themselves in Group B, which we're okay about, avoiding Group A's top contenders, including, of course, the perennial favourites for any tournament, Australia. But the 2023 finalists expected to overcome Bangladesh, first-time qualifiers Scotland, possibly the West Indies. We know we do have their number, and then, of course, England being their toughest challenge in the group. But a semi-final spot looks promising. Anything possible in those knockout stages, and this is the team with the right kind of momentum to do it. The Proteas women start their campaign against the Windies, in fact, on the 4th, then it's on to England on the 7th, Scotland on the 9th, and then they finish their group stage up against Bangladesh on the 12th of October. So lots of cricketing action to sink our teeth into. Now, speaking of action, let's address last night's Champions League. And Man City, well, they are showing no signs of slowing down. They secured their first win in the competition with a 4-0 thrashing of Slovan Bratislava, thanks to goals from pretty much everyone. Ilkay Gundogan, Phil Foden, Erling Haaland and James McAtee. Then elsewhere, Arsenal also claimed their first victory in the comp, beating Paris Saint-Germain 2-0. Kai Havertz and Bukayo Saka leading the charge there with goals. Now onto tennis. We are getting the final we wanted. Yannick Sinner, he brushed aside some controversy surrounding his steroid case at the moment, and then a very raucous home crowd to reach the China Open final, where he'll face Carlos Alcaraz. So Sinner defeated Chinese wildcard Bu Yunchokawakete 6-3, 7-6, and the local getting a lot of support, while Alcaraz, he displayed some top form in a 7-5, 6-3 win over Russia's Daniil Medvedev, and now setting up obviously a very thrilling final later today. So hopefully they've got enough left in the tank. But that's where we leave our sporting highlights for now. Speaking of having enough left in the tank, hopefully that doesn't apply to the morning traffic.
Thanks a lot, G. Let's take a look at the traffic. Reservoir Hills in KZN. I'll start there. There's a stationary truck. This is on the N2 southbound after the ramp from Umgeni Road interchange. The left lane is currently obstructed, so please approach that area carefully. In Goodwood, in Cape Town, there is congestion on the N7 southbound. That's at the N1 inbound ramp. Do expect delays and plan accordingly. And Randburg, Gauteng, there is congestion on the N1. This is northbound between Malebongwe Drive and Bayus Nordia Drive. All lanes are open, but there are delays, so please allow for some more travel time. That's it for your traffic. Let's take a look at your weather. Starting off with some news, in fact, environmental news this morning is that Water and Sanitation Deputy Minister Selo Siatlolo is set to launch the Vaal River Anti-Pollution Forum, which is aimed at addressing long-standing pollution affecting water quality in the Vaal River. The forum to be launched tomorrow will be a non-statutory forum with a particular focus on stakeholders that are directly affected by the declining water quality of the Vaal River. Siatlolo noted that the Vaal River is one of the largest rivers in South Africa and a popular tourist destination that is becoming increasingly contaminated with pollution from mining, industries, wastewater works, agriculture and other sources. He said the establishment of the forum seeks to redeem the river to its former healthy standing of the past. And now, sunrise views. I love these. And I told you I'm looking for a little competition. Alice, you're up first from Pietermaritzburg. And Alice sent this through. A powder pink sky cascading upon a beautiful, beautiful suburb. Pietermaritzburg's looking very good today. Thank you so much, Alice. That is a little piece of your wonderland. And now I'm looking for more, please. So send a WhatsApp with a picture to 063-408-8863. I'd love to showcase your sunrise view right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show as we take a look at the temperatures across Mzansi.
Thank you, Uppington, for letting us all know it's going to be okay. No, in fact, weather warnings about heat waves hitting us now. So please, just look outside and be careful, I suppose. It's the only way to approach the weather these days.
Hydrate is very important as well. You know what, sunscreen, you know how it goes. And we'll take care of the rest when it comes to entertainment on your TV.
Yes.
Which is why you would stay indoors to watch the TV and S3 and Expresso and watch this guy, Steve McKellar. He is such a legend from Civil Twilight, doing his own thing now. And Steve is here. Look at the mixture of patterns with an incredible band as well. If you look at those two there, this is
a tapestry,
right?
if you will.
It is. It's just like so many patterns going on your screen, but there is a pattern of talent on the show anyway, so that makes sense.
And one of the most beautiful, ethereal voices you will hear.
Yeah.
It is a massive treat, and yes, we are fanboying just a little bit, so we're going to temper all the heated studio with the coolth of an ice cream sundae bar. Yes, if you thought ice cream day on your culinary hotline couldn't get any better, look at that. Ta-da! I've been waiting to say that all morning. Yep, ta-da, ice cream. Oh, yeah, we'll see you now.
Your skin is thirsty for natural oils and moisture. With soothing triple oat complex, oat flour hydrates. Oat oil boosts ceramide levels and locks in moisture. Oat extract soothes itchy skin. Aveeno Skin Relief Moisturizing Lotion.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here on S3. And I'm very excited to have somebody. And yes, Graham and I were talking about being, fanboys. It's true, because Civil Twilight, what an incredible outfit. And the front man, Stephen McKellar, is back in Cape Town for the first time in 7 years. Can you believe someone stayed away from Cape Town for 7 years? I know, it's unbelievable. But of course, there's a 3-date tour happening. It's set to showcase his old and new music this September. And I feel like you need to take a look at this banger to get the taste buds tantalized. Yes, Stephen McKellar. Dude, when you look at that, I've always wanted to like, you as an artist looking back at that song, give me the feeling.
Yeah, well, look how young and baby-faced they look, eh?
You look like, you do like quintessential 90s rock.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
you know what I mean?
Which
like
is what we're going for.
Oh, is that what you're going?
Yeah. So we're stuck in.
That's it. Oh, man.
Yeah,
but this
that's
is
crazy, man.
It's so good. It really is. And it's so great to see you, to actually get a chance to listen to live again, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But you in your personal capacity, you're a talent, my friend. You're up to some things. And I think a successful career is what you always deserved, because you're hard work.
Thanks, man.
And your focus in your music as well.
Thank you.
Which is
Means
important. No, I like it, though. I just wanted to ask you about, just as a catch-up, just this, I'm going to say the progression of Civil Twilight to Stephen. I know they've kind of seemed like one, but I know you individually have, you have your own, connection to the music as well, beyond Civil Twilight. So how have you navigated those two spaces?
Yeah, it's been very interesting. Like you know,
can imagine.
like doing stuff on my own for the first time. It's yeah, it was very daunting at first. Yeah, arranging pieces of music and albums from start to finish.
Yeah.
All on my own, but it's a great learning experience, man. And that's what I'm here for. I'm just here to have an adventure. That's why we started in the first place, you know.
Right, it's like that. And
Yeah.
of course, with everybody's going to have the Stephen McKellar Civil Twilight connection. And is that okay with you? Do you want them to like now know Stephen McKellar? I need to ask this because I
Right.
think that's the separation.
A lot of artists deal with that in their own
Yes.
way, yeah, and some of them struggle with it. I have to just let that, like, whatever, you know, you're a part of people's lives, and that's a blessing. And you don't want to try and curate how you fit into their lives. Let them just, like, you know, enjoy whatever they want to enjoy, how they want to enjoy it. So I'm like,
thank you.
Yeah, I'm all for any of that stuff. You know, any of the
The
transitions, yeah, the connections.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
I
very
love it.
emotionally intelligent of you to say, by the way.
Thanks.
Because usually the response would be like, you know, Civil Twilight was my past. I need to be known as me now.
Yeah, well, most
You know?
artists are like, yeah, listen to what I'm doing now. That's really where it's at. you
Yeah,
know?
no, but
I
you
mean, which is true, but
I got you. No, it makes sense. But the thing is, perhaps it's the break you took from music to go and pursue
Yeah.
some other interests. And I think for anybody who's been under a rock, who hasn't been following your journey, who hasn't been WhatsApping you, what have you been up to with regard to these other interests, and how has that fueled the new Stephen McKellar solo journey?
yeah. Well, I started getting back into painting a few years ago, and doing more visual art and sculpture and all that stuff, which is like opened my imagination and my mind to new things, and it's helped me look at music in a brand new way. You know, appreciate it more, and just look at it from different angles. You know.
That's
Yeah.
important. And
Yeah.
how does that work? I think for anybody who doesn't know music, you paint a picture on a canvas, you sculpt something with your hands, and now you get into a studio and you're doing an arrangement of music. What are the parallels that you found in those two spaces that you feel has magnified your creative space?
I think overall, both all these fields are here to help me understand myself.
Mhm.
So the more you have, and the more fields you venture into, the better you can understand who you are and like how you can serve the world better and be a better person. You know.
Yes.
So you can't really go wrong. So that's, I mean, so the parallels are very similar. I mean, they're all over the place, but it's mainly just like, understanding who I am. They help me understand who I am.
I like this.
Yeah.
I do. And obviously, when you're in a group setting, individuality is not exactly a focus. But now that you are Stephen McKellar, it's more important to have an individual focus.
Yeah, you got to have that vision for your own life. Yeah, what you want to do.
It's very true. And I love the fact that now we have an opportunity to experience this. I mean, you got a tour coming up, which is good. And you're a fantastic storyteller. In fact, I need to ask about a certain book. Are you going to do a book?
A book?
I'm serious. I have to ask you this because I think that you are such a compelling man. I want to know more about how you are so emotionally intelligent. And I feel like you've been through it. And you've got to the space because you've been through a journey that I think people need to hear about.
Yeah. Well, gosh, well.
I'm going to challenge you with
that.
Yeah,
please continue to challenge me. I mean, it is a daunting thing to try and write a book. I mean, I do enjoy writing poetry, and
well, add it to the book.
And short stories and stuff. Yeah, but a book about my own story. That's gonna be. I don't know.
I'm excited. Well, the thing is, you tell your story through your music anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe someday. Yeah.
I think
I need to live a little more life. I'm just getting started, I feel like.
This is fantastic. Quick one on the tour, obviously getting tickets, etc. What can we expect from you? I know you got a new outfit of some talented people that I've seen.
Yeah.
You got a couple of easy freaks with you there.
Oh my gosh! All right,
Yeah.
Killer band. Oh my
Right?
gosh. Yeah, Jude and Jill Kendrick. They've just been an absolute joy.
Nice.
To be around. I've just been hanging with them the last few days, just beaming in their presence.
They're creatives. That's
right.
right.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Right.
Yeah. So I can't wait. Yeah.
So just tour dates as well. You're going to be, of course, you got a couple of them. Thursday, 3 October. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
This is at. I love the venue.
The venue is amazing.
Don't you love that? I was there recently.
Yeah, it's awesome, and we're going to be sitting up in the middle. It's going to be storytelling vibes. It'll be great.
No, I'm a big fan of that venue. In fact, I saw the On the Record series. My Josie was there.
Oh,
and
yes.
You're going to love that space, man.
It's going to be great, and then my Josie's joining us in Joburg too for October 12th. Yeah, it's going to be
This is
a
great.
combo show.
We need to grab those tickets. Quicket.co.za. Go there quick. That's why it's called Quicket, because you get your ticket quick. Go there and check out this guy. I know you love Civil Twilight, but you're going to need to hear storytelling. The art of Stephen McKellar is coming your way. And don't forget, a book coming soon. That's the pressure you put on live TV. On to artists. You're most welcome. Let's get in the kitchen and calm down with a bit of ice cream.
Getting ready to calm down. We're back in the kitchen for part 2 of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Lena's still in the kitchen. We are now going to be building some ice creams. And this is kind of my favorite part about also entertaining. This has been my hack for when guests come around. I bring out the ice cream, set up a bar, a Sunday bar, let everybody help themselves. And initially we did it for the kids.
Not just for kids.
It became the adult-like activity, which is really, really cool. So we're going to play around with some flavors. What flavors are we going to be building our sundaes with?
So I brought a mint choc, which I make using real mint. So this is 60 grams of real mint that I simmer in milk. So it's a very natural, sort of refreshing taste. Vietnamese coffee. I think yesterday was World Coffee Day, so that's that flavor. And then just a classic vanilla. I baked some brownies. Brought a caramel sauce. So
let's talk about vanilla, because people sometimes say vanilla is, and I hate the fact that they've used vanilla as like a vanilla boring kind of sense. But for me, vanilla can be so special, especially when you're using the right ingredients. So before we start building a sundae, let's go for it. So vanilla itself is very exotic.
Correct.
And I love when you can already see the vanilla seeds. You know that the person who made it wasn't playing.
Well, of course, you know, all natural flavors means that's actual vanilla bean. And then there's a secret ingredient that some people pick up on and some don't. There's a little bit of freshness because I add lemon zest.
I was going to say it's drugs. Because it tastes so good. A little bit of lemon zest in it just to brighten everything.
Literally 2 grams on a 5-liter thing. But it does add a little something. And you always, I mean, if you run an ice cream store, you do need vanilla.
And I feel like you can judge a pizzeria on their margarita pizza. I feel like you can judge an ice cream parlor by their vanilla.
And by the pistachio.
And by the pistachio. We don't have that here today? Because Lena knew better. Because I would not be decent on camera with pistachio ice cream. You know who is super decent? Graham, Young G, who is a coffee fiend. He loves his coffee. I got some Vietnamese coffee that I definitely want him to try before we start building up these beautiful sundaes. When we talk about toppings, where do we draw the line? What's an absolute no-no that does not belong on a scoop?
I think there's no such thing.
Watch out for that biltong topped ice cream coming soon.
There's some fighting words. There's no such thing. I'm here for that.
Okay.
Ta-da! I'm going to say that every time I see you, every time I see your ice cream, because I love it. I love the branding, but I love what you represent. What is going on here in these tubs, my friend?
So there is the Vietnamese coffee. I thought that was the one that you requested.
Probably.
Vietnamese meaning it's an espresso-based ice cream, so there's a lot of coffee flavor, which I think, you know, it needs to come through. And then I do a swirl of sweetened condensed milk.
What? Get out.
As the Vietnamese do with their beautiful coffee, you've got to have the condensed milk in there, Graham.
I feel like do I decant some, because I don't want to just, or I'm going to take the whole.
Just scoop.
Just scoop away.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then go like.
Oh, the texture on that is amazing.
I'm going to take 2 scoops just because I have to.
Yeah, of course.
Here we go, because it's just.
Do you want to maybe add some brownies, some caramel sauce?
Okay, put on what you think would be a great compliment to the coffee taste.
I feel the pressure.
Yeah, because
I
was one of those kids at a party that would literally put chips and sweets in my mouth at the same time. I don't know if my mother was like not big on sugar or something when I was little, but I made the most of it. If we were there for 2 hours, I would literally be eating the whole time.
I mean, that is a salted caramel sauce, and I went lightly so that you can taste the coffee ice cream with or without.
And again, a little bit of salt, again, the salted caramel will bring out the coffee flavor even more. Okay, now I tasted that ice cream on its own. What are you doing? It is dangerous.
That is an engel in hierdie.
There's 50 million engels in there. It is so...
Hulle het op my tong gedans.
I knew you were going to say gedans.
So it's a language I don't understand, but somehow I'm getting
It's the language of love. It's the language of love. This is exquisite because it flies under the radar. It's not overwhelming. To have this level of decadence, as you say, without it being completely overpowering, and I'm not a sweet tooth by any stretch, but Ooh, you turning me around.
It is
This is a
so
grown-up ice cream. I
good.
love this. Absolutely
And I
beautiful.
didn't even bring my gin and tonic sorbet.
Wow.
You know,
Can
too,
you
too
even?
boozy for the morning.
Thankfully, you got the
But-
brief. Yeah, exactly.
But I do have that. And
Can
I
we-
did actually put it in
Can we have
tubs.
that a disclaimer on the show? Too boozy for the morning. Every time we need to avoid it, we'll just put that up on the show. I absolutely love this. Is exquisite.
And you would think the condensed milk would make it really sweet and even like
That
heavy, but it's not. It's like when it gets into your mouth, there's an explosion.
It elevates it.
And then
if
it goes,
anything.
like it
Yeah.
leaves your mouth, and then it kind of just whispers and it disappears a bit. And then your nose kind of lingers with the flavor for a bit, but your palate
It's just a
is
rumor.
actually ready for
It's a rumor of a flavor in your mouth. You're
rumor.
like, what's that? What? And then it comes back and
And it comes
revisits
back.
you like
Ice
a
cream
naughty.
poets. I love it.
You know, so we got choc mint.
Can I
Yes.
try? Would I be able to handle another tasting? I don't.
I think so.
Okay, one more.
We do tasters, as I said, at the store. So 2 tasters per person. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. Fresh mint and a very dark chocolate.
Can
and
I use
think,
another scooper just for the sake of purity?
Yeah, of course.
What
Because I
purity?
enjoy the scoopers.
Can we talk about trending flavors? What flavors are currently trending at the moment globally in South Africa? What can South Africans expect come this summer from Tada? What flavors are you going to have? On
In the
shelf,
store.
in the freezer.
In the
Yes.
district. We do change our flavors quite frequently. I think, you know, the all natural obviously means that I'm also trying to go with the season. No artificial colorings, no artificial flavorings means whatever's ripe, whatever's good is probably also going to end up in my machine at some point. So I'm very excited to be doing a lot of stone fruit in the coming month. So peaches, nectarines, plums. Maybe
It's
more
like I
mint.
walked out into the garden, picked a bushel
But
of
that's
mint.
literally what I do.
It is the most natural mint flavor I've ever tasted in a dessert, ever.
Thank you.
That is incredible.
This is the most difficult segment to do because I'm so distracted by the flavors. As someone who cooks professionally, to understand how you can take a raw ingredient and make it shine through ice cream like that, that's molecular gastronomy on a whole nother level.
sure.
And it is, my mind is absolutely blown. And again, I understand why you have it in the 600 ml tub because it's pure goodness. Any more than 600 moles is just it's gonna distract from how amazing it absolutely is.
Because you
It
need
is
more than
phenomenal.
one flavor and tub. You cannot go home with just one. I am so
I think
sorry.
yesterday a couple people came in and walked away with 5 tubs each. And then we have a very special guest at this point who comes in and he's promised to break a record every time he comes in. And I think last time he was there, he ate 10 scoops of ice cream. But we can go from there.
You can always, and you're talking to 2 steak guys here, hey?
Absolutely.
Oh, my
Talking about
goodness.
record breaking, another person who loves breaking records because he's just so amazing is Carl Wasty.
Whew.
I'm actually looking at doing the scoop record. I don't mind. I think that might actually work for me, but that's a little bit later. Thank you, Tada. It's been amazing for Culinary Hotline, and I've got more for you. So tips and tricks to deal with your bills so you can buy more ice cream. We got that for you. And then Milan 2024, there are some kitchen design trends that you need to know. You see our beautiful kitchen, but there are so many more designs, so make sure you stay right there. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show with ice cream.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso, and we're in this gorgeous kitchen. And the great thing about this is that we are diving into today's exciting world of kitchen design trends. Now, whether you're planning a full renovation, which is always a lovely, lovely challenge, or just looking to refresh your space, Easy Life Kitchens has the latest styles and innovative ideas that'll transform your kitchen into the heart of your home. That's what a kitchen should be. We have Monique over here to share a bit more about design trends and color carcasses. Yes. Hello, Monique.
Hello.
It's nice to have you in the kitchen again. This beautiful kitchen, thank you. It's still looking gorgeous.
Thank you, yes.
We're not planning to renovate anytime soon.
Good.
It's lovely. But of course, when it comes to, the beautiful design, the dynamics of a kitchen as well, there's this concept of carcasses in a kitchen that will add so much, I suppose, and structurally it's gorgeous and it's interchangeable. And I know there's a certain carcass promotion that you have on right now, so tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay, so, well, the whole idea for this color carcass promotion came in when we were at Sierra Cucina this year, which was a big kitchen show in Milan.
Okay.
And, it changed the experience of going through a kitchen. When you open up cupboards and the color inside the cupboards is as beautiful as the outside of the cupboards.
Yeah.
And so when we came back, we decided to have a look at how we can implement this with our customers. So, yes, that was the plan.
Inspired, I can see. I mean, I'm seeing them. That's really a lot of inspiration over there to bring, obviously, down to, because you got the top design, but then obviously you have your consumer, and there's got to find that beautiful balance between high-end design and then what the consumer can add to their spaces as well. There's a good balance there that you've been adding.
Yes, and so with this promotion, we're able to offer color carcasses at a much more affordable price than we could have in the past. With the collaboration with PG Bison, it all kind of worked together.
Yes.
And it's really just changing the experience of how a customer, can now customize their kitchen compared to how it was before with just white interiors. Now we have a variety of colors, 6 different colors that you can choose from. So it really is quite an amazing promotion and very exciting, and it gives our customers really much more flexibility.
I'm happy that you said that, because I feel like sometimes you look at a kitchen and you're thinking that's quite a sterile space. It's something that should be plain and it's simple. You have your food in there and you have your soirees and people walk through your kitchen and it's fine. But I feel like what we need is something a bit bolder. And I'm seeing that the designs are becoming a lot bolder now. So is that exactly what you are looking at doing with having these varieties and different colors to tell your consumer, it's okay to not have the white kitchen anymore. Let's go color. Let's go bold.
So, white kitchens are always going to be a top seller.
Obviously.
They're always fresh and beautiful. But we've really seen a big pull towards bolder colors like black kitchens. The last few years, black has been equally as popular as your white kitchens, which is so beautiful to see. Since I've been in the industry for so many years, it's the first time there's another color that's actually competing with white. And then this year we're seeing much more earthy tones. So your Congo, which is one of the color carcass promotions, it really works beautiful with the trends that are going on in Europe at the moment as well. So yeah, things change and customers are becoming a little bit braver, which is really nice to see.
So how do we incorporate these colors? Do you have any sort of examples we can take a look at? I mean, I'm seeing Congo. That's fantastic. I like Congo because it reminds me of something a bit more, it's not, I'm not going to say it's beige, but what it does is that it adds a sort of sand touch to all sorts of spaces. And if you look at actual fashion trends, this is huge.
Exactly.
On a fashion trend level. So to have that interchangeability with regard to fashion and something like structural, like a carcass.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
Yeah, and the Congo works really nice hand in hand with the Luca Polenta. So it also has the same earthy tones to it. So the two actually work quite nicely. So if you did your outside of your cupboards in the Congo and the inside in the Luca Polenta, yeah, it's really a beautiful combination. And you can try different things up. There's no strict rules.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I think that's great. And there's nothing better than, personally, a bit of an LED strip to accentuate colours in cupboards.
That was a big trend, lighting.
Yes, lighting is so important for me, and I think I've been onto this LED thing for a while. I think it's so beautiful. Storm grey is what I would love to try.
Okay, so Storm Grey is great because it really works well with a black kitchen.
Yes.
You don't want to open up a black kitchen and just see white inside. So you can change your carcasses to the Storm Grey, so that it also has the same moody like statement kind of colouring inside, and then we also have runners that can match that. You can even change your hinges to onyx, which is like a dark grey colour hinge as well.
Please.
So everything inside can then become moody and dark, just like the cupboard doors on the outside.
I am happy. You know what I love about Storm Grey as well is that when you bring in plants into your kitchen, the beautiful juxtaposition between the green, bright, vibrant, Storm Grey, there's something about that which I really love, which is absolutely incredible.
It is beautiful, and bringing nature into the kitchen is my favourite way of bringing colour, especially because people are a little bit nervous to introduce a pop of colour, but greenery is always a great way of doing that.
And it's natural, it's organic, and it speaks to food, produce, freshness, and I think that's the
Makes
type
you
of...
happy as well.
It's the great connections that you need in your kitchen as well. Quick talk on the promotion, Carcass promotion happening right now. Why should we get involved?
Okay, so it's for our existing customers or customers that are getting quotations from us at the moment.
Yes.
And so when they're in store, they can choose to upgrade their carcasses to the new colour carcass promotion for a discounted price. So it's additional charge, but it's really, really great pricing. So it's exciting. And then your kitchen will feel customised and just something more unique than what we're seeing on an everyday, day-to-day basis.
And I think when we talk about unique, unique. It's a bit of you into what you have, and that is very important, which I love. So there you have it. You can get your very own fully exposed kitchen in one of the 6 colours that we mentioned at discounted prices. The duration of the promotion is from 1 August 2024 through to 31 March 2025, and Black Friday clients will also benefit from this promotion. So visit a showroom near you or book a consultation on 0861 3279 5433 or 0861 Easy Life, and visit easylifekitchens.co.za today for more information and customize and put the you in unique.
There are stories of dreamers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
And because your story really does matter to us, in fact, all our stories matter, let's focus on that financial journey right now. And yesterday we spoke all things bills and paying our bills. And you know that time of the month is where you must pay your rent, your gym membership. It all comes to bear and it hurts your pockets and maybe your spirits just a little bit. So we turned inward. We turned to our amazing team here on Expresso for their tips and some really cool tricks on paying bills on time. So let's discuss a few of the, and there are some gems in here, dude.
There's a lot. I mean, there are a few that I think that you need to hear, because I think sometimes when it comes to bills and the hacks around them, we all have our own different ways. Don't keep it to yourself. I feel like share with other people. We're in South Africa. We have to,
it's financial literacy. Right. This is the kind of financial literacy we need in our lives, man.
First one that popped up is set aside money. Now, I know this is different because there's so much more months at the end of the salary. So consider establishing a separate savings account for bills to ensure you have funds available when they're due. So this is from Caitlin, one of our account managers. She's fantastic. And thank you, Caitlin. And it's so true. I think that it's okay, because when you have something separate, you are literally saying to yourself that you're being intentional with this saving.
And you know what it's for.
Yeah.
And I do that as well. I separate everything into its lane. And I find if I get too focused on one area, I call it hyper-focused on one area, you leave holes in others. You need to see the bigger picture completely. So thank you, Katie Ho, for that one. I absolutely love it. Then this one is a good one for me. If you are kind of a loss corp, enroll in automatic payments for regular bills to eliminate the risk of forgetting. It's amazing when you're in the heat of our kind of work, which could be 12, 14 hours of real time in it, adrenaline, you're not looking at emails, you're not going through records, you're not going back there and doing the acumen often that you need to. Automate your life, yo. Automate it.
There are facilities available to you to automate, which is great. So no need to put that little note in the diary. It's all there for you. This is why there are facilities. Then another one that popped up was use a bill payment spreadsheet. I thought this was quite interesting and very organized. Create a simple spreadsheet to track your bills. Include columns for due dates, amounts, payments, status, and any notes. This visual can help you see everything at a glance and manage your payments more effectively. And yes, Kirsten, I can tell that it was you that was the one that, because Kirsten is actually very organized as a content producer.
Can you teach me how to use Excel?
Oh, yes. You know, there's some really cool things you can do with Excel.
I hear that it's amazing
It
for
is
doing
amazing.
spreadsheets. It's almost like it was created for doing spreadsheets and things like that.
Yeah, imagine that.
Oh, man, we all need a little help, some more than others. I like this one as well because my mom's the kind of person who will shop around, and you don't always have to shop for the right deal.
Yes.
You can get the right kind of discount on your repayments if you do it at the right time. Some companies like to offer discounts for early payments if
There
you
we
can
go.
kind of be ahead of the field. Remember, they want the money as much as we want the money. Jody Adams there, one of our account managers, looking gorgeous on screen, just as intelligent behind it. I love that advice. But it speaks to everyone has their own kind of financial buttons and triggers and things like that. You've got to do what works for you.
Absolutely. And please don't forget that if you see something that's discounted, please share the information. I find that sometimes we're like, oh my word, I got this amazing thing on toilet paper, but I'm going to keep it to myself so I can get... I think share the info, because that way, when someone knows, oh my word, Carl said that the toilet paper was cheap here, now when I see the cleaning products, I'm going to tell Carl about it.
Exactly.
And that exchange of sort of economic help is so important in any scenario. So please share the discounts, and clearly we've got some financial advisors on the staff.
And young'uns as
right?
well.
On
I
Expresso.
absolutely love that. So I know today I'm going to, first of all, have 3 bottles of bleach because someone's going to give me a discount
Thank
that I just
goodness.
can't ignore. But I love the fact that there are some practical tips, some beautiful tips and tricks, especially that discount one. I think for more financial literacy advice like that, plug into ABSA's YouTube page. They've got some great resources. Their I Grew It series with Tumi Morake is absolute gold.
There are stories of creators, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
Woo, your story matters. It does. And Stephen McKellar's story also matters because we're going to finally get a performance from Stephen. And as you mentioned earlier, we heard the sound checks. The voice.
But he is a storyteller.
He is.
He is the storyteller.
And he matters.
And he really does matter. And he's going to give us context to all these crazy emotions we have going on inside ourselves. Why do we have crazy emotions? Because we've seen ice cream in a new light. And I'm going to say it again for the 90th time. Ta-da! It is here. The culinary hotline ain't going nowhere. More ice cream treats, more flavors, more toppings. Yep, it's a Sunday bar. We'll see you now. Look at that.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
And we are back in the kitchen for another installment of the Culinary Hotline. Bling!
Ting, ting, ting.
We might be talking ice cream today, but things are about to get really hot in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
We have 2 stellar scoop sensations. On my further side, we have Carl, the king of the cone, Wasty. We were supposed to get a woo!
Yeah!
Thank you. For the competitor, we got G, big, what's something that starts with a G?
G, Grenadine.
Big Grenadine, Graham Richards in the kitchen, taking Carl on for the ultimate Sunday challenge. So Lena, here's what's going to happen now. They are going to use any flavor they like. They can mix, they can match, add any toppings. They can do it in a cone, do it in a cup. They can do it in a cone and a cup.
Tasty.
And then we're going to have a little final verdict as to who, number one, Lena would employ.
Yes.
Okay.
Number two, whose Sunday she would put on the menu.
Okay, cool.
Are there any rules?
No.
No rules.
Like
ice cream.
before, everything goes.
You can bite, you can scratch, you can pull hair, just no fluke water. Are you ready?
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
man. Okay,
No,
so
I'm sorry.
what flavors are we playing
let's
with
talk
here?
about
Just
the
give us,
flavors.
give us a little breakdown here.
You can take everything. There's the mint choc that we had. This one is a little bit of a renegade peach Melba, but it does have anise seed in it.
Wow,
so that's
peach
a
Melba.
wild one. This one is good for the morning cereal milk. If you've ever had like cornflakes.
Do you have cereal
What
milk
is-
ice
what
cream?
is going
You don't
on
have cereal
right
milk ice
now?
cream. You don't have cereal
No,
milk ice
get out.
cream.
Can we taste first before the
Oh, my goodness.
And then we have everything that we had before. The blueberry, the marzipan.
Oh, it's actually got the flakes in it, the cornflakes in it.
Look at it.
Okay, later.
Okay,
It's been a while since my brain has opened new neural pathways, okay,
Really?
on this
Ice
show
cream
when it
can
comes
do
to
that.
the culinary space. You are doing that in a big way right
Okay,
now.
so we're gonna have
That's
a countdown.
the grapefruit cinnamon.
Oh, yes.
People have complained about my handwriting. So
It's a doctor's vibe. It's
It's
okay.
like a
We'll
doctor's
ask.
vibe?
that's the marzipan.
Okay.
We're going to have
That's
fun.
the
Hazel
hazelnut
chocolate.
choc.
Oh,
We
my
haven't had that yet.
goodness.
Are you ready?
I don't know.
I don't
because
know.
I don't know if I need to eat, but let's just go. Let's just do
Let's
it.
Let's just go.
We can
And you're
do it.
allowed to taste. We'll get you as many spoons
Thank
as you
you.
want if you want to taste as you go. Graham and Carl, start your engines.
Yes.
And begin.
Oh, my.
Can we talk about some of the most popular flavors?
This is
Go
great.
for it, brother. You
Excuse
grab
me,
your
my
thing.
friend.
Look at the people just
I
talking.
feel like
Yeah.
I've got to just
Fine.
go with
Wild.
my heart because
Okay.
this is just
While
ridiculous.
they are busy with this, Lena, what are some of the popular flavors at the moment?
Oh, my
So the
word.
Vietnamese coffee has definitely been a hit. I think Cape Town is a coffee city, and that's what my guests tell me, that they love a coffee ice cream, and that mine somehow hits the spot. The cereal milk is a new flavor, but I think the reaction kind of speaks for itself. That's also been really, really nice. And then other than that, I mean, you literally get like 20 guests, 20 different scoops. Everyone really likes something different. It's really fascinating.
I love it. So while they're busy, I'm coming in here. I'm gonna taste the cereal milk. Cereal milk has become my favorite flavor.
Oh, really?
And I think it's because of that nostalgia of the cornflake milk.
That's literally what it is.
Goodness.
Mmm.
This is going to be great. Okay.
It is good. It's a
I mean,
breakfast ice cream.
Look at the chuckles going on there.
I'm gonna come in.
Colour.
Brought
Lots
the
of colour.
chuckles and coffee. Carl Wasty, if you were an ice cream flavor,
Yes. It'll be something citrus.
something citrusy.
I would probably be something that has lime and then something very exotic. So like I'm gonna probably be like a lime and thyme
Lime it?
ice cream.
Very,
Yeah.
very,
Lime
very,
and thyme.
very chic. Young G, if you were an ice cream flavor,
I think I love a sorbet vibe, something freshy, so I think there's a bit of lemon in there. But maybe with a
make
bit
a
of
mess.
chili or something, just to kind of up the experience
a little
of
bit of
it.
chili and coriander, you say?
Ooh.
Negative heat. G and coriander, not good friends.
All right.
Okay,
Chili
so let's talk
coriander.
about the flavor combinations you have gone for this morning, Carl Wasty. What's
Magic.
in your cone?
What I've done is I thought the flavors were great, so what I did was I grabbed for the available flavors. And
What?
Then I'll do
There's a
chocolate.
countdown?
Sorry.
Wait for me.
4, 3,
Here we go.
2, 1.
And that's it. Scoops down. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my position. Lena, you can come in. We're gonna ask our contestants to present their offering and
Thank
talk
you.
us through what they've got happening. Let's start off with G.
All right.
Because what's going on?
Esteemed judges, international judging panel, at the International Ice Cream Awards, I'd like to present to you
My gosh.
the Upside Down Children's Party. Okay, there is nothing more heartbreaking when a young child accidentally trips and drops their ice cream cone. But if you have the fortitude, if you have that bravery to
Yes.
pick that cone back up, you can still eat it if you're quick.
3-second rule.
And that's what inspired me, exactly. So I'm going to call this the 3-second rule.
That's actually
So what
amazing.
we've done here is created
actually
a
is.
grown-up ice cream with 3 of the most ridiculous flavors I've ever seen and heard of in my life, one of which I haven't tasted yet, but it just looked so beautiful, I thought it would work. So we've got the cones, so you can get stuck in there and enjoy something traditional and nice, but this has got a little bit of everything. And like I say, this is a treat for grown-ups, eh? So not for the kidlums.
Wow.
There we go.
Okay, I like that. I
The
also like
3-second
the
rule.
whole 3-second rule. I like the story behind it. Food's all about the storytelling. I love that. G. Young Carl, while I taste this peach Malba, Malva.
I'm doing it now
Ice
as
cream.
well.
Malva?
No, Melba.
Malba.
Because
ice
it has
cream.
raspberry.
Ooh.
So
So it's
do it.
peach, raspberry, and then anise for a little bit of like ta-da.
Yes. So while I'm tasting this peach Malva, Carl, talk us through your beautiful creation.
So this cup's called Nuts About Coffee. It's essentially Vietnamese coffee that I've added there. I've also added some of the exotic nuts to it. And then, of course, some speckled eggs for a bit of color. Thereafter, I've actually put this empty cone that represents the space that you would fill with imagination, which is so important for anybody who is an ice cream consumer. Therefore, I also did a double because I didn't get the brief, so I did a cone as well. This particular cone, I've added 2 different flavors. There's going to be a marzipan flavor that we tasted earlier. I then went back to the coffee because I really love that, though. I added some more of these, a little bit of chuckles over there.
What did you grate
brownie
with
and
your
then,
microplaner?
Here's the great thing about this, baby, is that, you know what the great thing about an ice cream cone is for me, is the bottom. And often the bottom's empty. I hate empty cones.
Right.
I don't like them.
Gotta
So what
be
I did
a
for you,
surprise.
I'm sorry, is that I've done this.
Break it,
and what you'll
open
see
it.
here is, at the bottom, is not only that, but look here, the speckled eggs are in there. Look at this. Hold on, it's still coming.
It's coming,
It's on
wait.
its way. Hold on.
It's because they haven't started
Look at
dramatic
that.
music. Look
So
at
the
that.
speckled eggs are actually underneath there, so that when you eat it, you get the speckled eggs, the ice cream, and the magic. Thank you.
Please can you funnel this ice cream through the bottom of that hole right now?
That's it.
Would you say that's a ta-da moment?
It was a ta-da. That's exactly what I tried to create.
Please
I
hold
looked
it
at
up,
the brief
please
and I
hold
said
it up.
ta-da.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Okay.
Ta-da! And then over there,
Beautiful.
it's beautiful. So that's what I went for over there. Sorry that I did 2, but
That's fine.
you can judge us only on the cup.
I don't think anyone will be upset that you did
Never,
too.
never.
I
So,
need to
Lena,
try some
who
of
wins
this.
the imaginary golden cup of love? Who are you choosing as your winner?
No. I mean,
Sweet.
stuff.
there's so much going on there. So,
So
on
much.
on Graham's side, the whole storytelling, I love that you went for the peach Melba. That is a bold, courageous flavor.
Thank you.
The scooping, my team would be so proud because
Really?
the scooping is really hard and that looks beautiful.
Wow.
You also went for the brownie. I'm so glad that I didn't bake these for nothing. So I think that's amazing. But then also the ta-da moment with a breaking
For
cone
sure.
where something, just like falls out. Plus 2 for 1. The scooping again, really nice.
And he used the microplane.
And he did use the microplane. So I think there's 2 cups. And I would
Let's hear
highly
it for them. They both get a job.
Oh,
And
okay.
then cones go on the menu. Well done to both of you. You've been amazing this morning. Lena, you've been sensational. I think we're definitely looking forward to having you back to chatting about your summer flavors once they're in the freezer. It's been an amazing morning. Thank you to all of you. We'll be back next week with more Culinary Hotline Bling.
Ding,
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Hi. Well, yeah. Okay, this is Steve here again. We're going to play a song called "Stop Running." It's a track that was written in Los Angeles, that's where I'm living now, and it's a song about not giving up, but also not trying so hard. Are we ready to go? Yeah.
She'll meet you in the morning when the sun is 23 degrees below the horizon. Don't have to compromise. What's done is done. You feel the atmosphere, feel the gravity in everything you hold dear, floating above you. But you don't have to fear it coming true, 'cause it already has. Gonna come for you, come for you. Stop running, stop running. You were standing in the place you were. You were standing in the place you were. have to fight it. Don't have to make sense of being here. Just listen. All the violent years could make up a lifetime. I think it's about time. Stop running. Stop running. You were standing in the place you were, and you're still not sure.
Win with the Tastemaster Junior and Clover. Watch this week's show and bake your dream birthday celebration cake using your favorite Clover products. Upload it to socials by replying to the competition post using hashtag the Tastemaster Junior and hashtag Clover Made with Love. You could win a KitchenAid Classic Stand Mixer plus a Clover hamper. Don't miss the Tastemaster Junior Tuesday evenings at 7, repeat Wednesdays at 1 and Sundays at 4 p.m. Only on SABC2. Clover Made with Love.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso, and let's start this particular hour with some news. In fact, let's wrap it up. Nationally, I'll start there. Deputy President Paul Mashatile officially opened trading on the London Stock Exchange yesterday, engaging with British government officials and business leaders to explore investment opportunities in South Africa. His goal was to strengthen ties between the government and private sector, creating a more conducive environment for economic progress. During discussions, Mashatile urged the UK government to raise the tariff-free quota on wine and sugar imports from South Africa. This visit marks the second leg of Mashatile's initiative to enhance trade and investment relations between the two nations. Now, a person has been taken in for questioning regarding the murder of 18 people in Lusikisiki, Eastern Cape. Police Minister Senzo Mkhunu and Police Commissioner Fani Masemola emphasized that this was solely for questioning and did not guarantee an arrest. Mkhunu, alongside Eastern Cape Prime Minister Oscar Mabuyane, visited the victims' families yesterday. Mabuyane condemned the high level of crime and pledged government financial assistance for the victims' families. The attack occurred on Saturday night just before a traditional funeral ceremony for a woman and her daughter murdered a year ago. Now on to international news. Ghanaians plan a 3-day protest this week demanding government action on illegal gold mining and the release of 54 activists detained for demonstrating against the practice. Now, the government's approach to illegal mining, particularly its effects on natural resources and rural livelihoods, has become a key issue ahead of the presidential elections in December. The activists were arrested for blocking roads and burning tires. Now, protests will begin tomorrow, culminating in a vigil on Saturday, calling for both the activists' release and government intervention to halt illegal mining. Now, Iran launched hundreds of missiles towards Israel last night, with some reportedly striking Israeli territory. This marks Iran's second attack this year, following a similar barrage of missiles and drones in April. The Israeli military stated that around 180 missiles were fired towards Israel, with footage from Israeli TV appearing to show some missiles flying over the Tel Aviv area. Military officials have confirmed that several hits were recorded during the attack. Meanwhile, Iran claimed that 90% of the projectiles hit the intended targets. And wrapping up, Angela Jung, founder of the Impilo Collection Foundation and Brand South Africa ambassador, is preparing to climb Nepal's Amadablam, standing at 6,812 meters, to raise awareness about gender-based violence femicide. Angela views this climb as a symbol of the ongoing struggle many women face in silence and plans to carry the South African flag to the summit. Her mission is to break the shame surrounding GBVF and support an educational program to empower young women affected by it. Her foundation's impactful #EmpowerHer campaign, including a display of 6,200 bras at Constitutional Hill and subsequent distribution to GBV shelters in 2022, highlights their dedication to fighting GBVF. Amadablam is the next step in her inspiring journey. That's for your news and your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let's take a last look at your sport. Here's G.
Thank you so much, Carl. Let's start with the money. SA20 Season 3 reached new heights after a very successful auction in Cape Town. Over 580 players applying for just 13 coveted spots. And Reza Hendricks, the top buyer, joining MI Cape Town for 4.3 million rand. Sunrisers Eastern Cape, they secured paceman Okutle Tele, and then English seamer Richard Gleeson as well, quite dominating. And then the Pretoria Capitals, they've signed Evan Lewis and Mark Ackerman standing out there. And then the Durban Supergiants bolstering their squad with rising star, remember this name, Shamar Joseph. The SA20 season gets underway on the 9th of January 2025. What a way to start the year. Well, we got some cricket a little bit sooner on the horizon in a very highly competitive World Cup. The Proteas women find themselves in Group B, avoiding Group A's top contenders, including the perennial favourites Australia. So the 2023 finalists expected to overcome Bangladesh, I think, and first-time qualifiers Scotland, possibly the West Indies. They could be a bit of a hoodoo side, and then England, probably our toughest challenge. But a semi-final spot looks promising. Anything possible in those knockout stages. And the Proteas women start their campaign up against the Windies on the 4th, then England on the 7th, Scotland on the 9th, and then we wrap up against Bangladesh on the 12th of October before going into the knockouts. Now let's turn to UEFA's action last night, and in the Champions League, Man City picked up where they left off. They secured their first win with a 4-0 thrashing of Slovan Bratislava, thanks to goals from Ilkay Gundogan, Phil Foden, Erling Haaland and James McAtee. And elsewhere, Arsenal also got off to a winning start, claiming their first victory, beating Paris Saint-Germain 2-0. What a scalp to get. Kai Havertz and Bukayo Saka leading the charge there. Now on to tennis. It looks like we've got the final we were wanting. Jannik Sinner brushed aside controversy surrounding his current steroid case and a very raucous home crowd to reach the China Open final, where he'll face Carlos Alcaraz. So Sinner defeated Chinese wildcard Bud Yunchong Kawete 6-3, 7-6 with a lot of home support. Well, Alcaraz, he displayed some top form in a 7-5, 6-3 win over Russia's Daniil Medvedev, now setting up a thrilling final later today. Hopefully both players haven't been taxed too much going into what should be a thrilling culmination of the tournament. But that's where we leave our sport for this morning. Let's get another update on the roads.
Thanks a lot, G. Let's take a look at that traffic. Mount Edgecombe is where I want to start you in KZN. There is a stationary vehicle on the N2 northbound before the ramp to Mpumalanga, and the left lane is obstructed, so please approach the area with caution. On to Gauteng, Boksburg, there are roadworks on the N3 northbound after the Geldenhuys interchange. There are delays, so please plan accordingly. And of course, Bedford View, let's go there. In Gauteng as well, there's congestion on the N12 westbound between Galuli's Interchange and Edenvale Road. Do expect delays. On to the Mother City in Bellville, there's congestion on the N1. This is inbound at Durban Road. Please buckle up and allow for extra travel time as you make your way to work safely this morning. That's it for traffic. Let's take a look at your weather. And starting off with the South African Weather Service, who has issued a warning for extremely high fire danger conditions over the Richtersveld in the Northern Cape. Beginning tomorrow, heat wave conditions with persistently high temperatures are expected to affect the Richtersveld, spreading to the Namakwa and Kamiesberg, as well as the Matsikama in the Western Cape. This heat wave is anticipated to persist until Sunday, so please hydrate, get the sunscreen out, and you'll be fine. Let's take a look at a sunrise view for our 8 a.m. view. This is from Arusha, from Umhlanga, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. The way the sun is rising there, I feel like that could be the starting credits to a movie that I want to watch over and over again on the weekend. I don't know about you, but this is wonderful. Alice did share a little earlier, Arusha, this could be you for the win, but we'll have to see. In fact, send away, and you know, while we are sifting through the sunrise views, you could see yours tomorrow if you do send yours over on 063 408 8863 and get yourself featured on your Feel Good Breakfast show as we look at the temperatures across South Africa.
Carl,
Yes.
and Mzansi.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you for answering.
Yes.
Have you bought your lotto ticket for a life-changing 60 million rand in the jackpot this Wednesday?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
Me
yet.
neither. You better get on it because I am going to do it.
You know what I'm
I
thinking,
will.
G? I'm thinking maybe I can buy mine. I'm going to try maybe do nationallottery.co.za, the website. I think maybe I could actually use the
Could be the
mobile
one,
app.
yeah.
That'd be good. Now that I think about it, cell-phone banking could work. You know,
Yeah.
on your banking app, that's fine. And
Your
what
cell phone's
about
quite lucky.
USSD?
Ooh, old school,
That's a nice
yeah.
way to do it, like star 120 star 7529 hash. I'm just thinking about it, but that's probably the way
Or
I'm
you
going to
could,
do it.
You could walk into a store.
I
Just go,
could.
Can I have a ticket, please, with lots of
Quick
love
pick.
and joy. Quick pick. It's always quick pick for me, but don't take our advice. Follow your gut, okay? And we put all those details up on the Expresso social media pages so you can go check them out. But just make sure you play. Put yourself in the running because it's 60 million rand. Come on. Please, please play now. Not too many times, so you can leave a little bit for the rest
60
of
million,
us.
that'd be
60
great. There won't be
grand.
signs if I win that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be backstage with Tyler when she tours South
Literally,
Africa.
I will have
would.
a sign saying I've just won 60, and I'll be in the audience at Tyler going, I just won 60 million rand.
No, backstage. I'm just saying, I'd be there. And of course, there's a heat wave coming to South Africa that's going to make you sweat. It's going to make you hotter, make you lose your breath, and yes, make you go see Tyler. We'll get all the details to you shortly. What else you got?
Well, we need to explore some homeware trends, please, because we love where we live just as much as we love our national pride. Tyler being a part of that. But Woolies have the most creative, beautiful, and on-point African-themed, I'm going to call it collection. And it needs to be experienced firsthand to be enjoyed. So we'll plug you into that and some entertainment news on the other side.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
As we continue to celebrate our country's diverse culture and also rich heritage during the month of September, Woolworths is launching their Africa Homeware collection. Now, Shekinah Rose, head of trend and design for Woolworths Home, is here to introduce us to their new collection in collaboration with a local African artisan. Shekinah, thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
I'm really excited to get into this. I kept peeping a bit to the left to see everything gorgeous that we have in front of us, and we've got to get into it. But first of all, let's talk about the inspiration that really went behind this to partner with African artisans across the continent.
Yeah. So the aim of this collection was really to celebrate, first of all, and to showcase craft, African craft in the form of collectible decor items. We have seen an increase in the demand for natural and authentic handmade items. Our customers are becoming more and more discerning, and they're looking for sustainable goods. And as a brand, I must say, it's truly brand aligned. We are committed to fulfill and inspired to fulfill that gap.
Oh my gosh, and you do it time and time again. If there's one thing about Woolworths, it's all about innovation, sustainability, but also partnering and empowering so many local acts. Now, when we look at South Africa and beyond the broader continent, who are we talking about when it comes to your artisans?
So 4 of the makers we found through partnering with Design Network Africa. They come with a wealth of knowledge, and they are known globally for showcasing traditional African artists and artisans. Quasi Designs was one of the first makers we partnered with. They made all the beautiful sculptured vessels from paper mache using 100% waste paper. The beautiful black paddle side tables were made by Taguna, again using sustainable materials. The dining textiles features the traditional craft of wax-resistant printing made by Baobab Boutique. And then last but not least, the beautiful, stunning soft scatters were made by Majita using African cotton, and it was actually dyed with fermented mud.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Then we have long-standing partnerships with Mo's Crib and Pret a Pot. They are both South African based. So the Pret a Pot collection features beautiful crockery made with 3 locally sourced clays. As you can see, beautiful striped designs. And then Mo's Crib's natural and authentic statement baskets were made using natural leaves, and they were actually hand woven.
Wow, I'm loving what I'm hearing right now. I wonder if there's an overall aesthetic that you can speak to. I know the natural elements and feels are coming through. I'm picking up the different colors, the greens, the almost beiges. Is there an aesthetic when looking at this collection?
This entire collection is artisanal in essence, because all the items were handmade. The palette is black, neutrals and off-whites with a touch of green and sage, really truly to amplify the natural aspects of the items in this collection.
And I see that for sure. And I feel like it would blend so seamlessly with each other. Like if you bought a couple, put it in your home.
It all works together perfectly. So the dining textiles really complement Mo's crockery for a beautiful table setting, both indoors and outdoors. And then all the basketry, again, complements the scatters, the rugs that come in the collection. So really beautiful decor.
I love that.
You can actually buy the whole collection. As I said, the aim was to create a collectible capsule.
I love that. Art that speaks to something and actually means something as well. Exactly. Shekinah, I'm going to put you on the spot here. It's going to be hard for you to choose some standout items from the collection. But if you could, what would you point to?
Yes. It is a hard one because all the items are equally stunning and equally meaningful. But I must say a personal favorite of mine has to be the sculptured vessels because it was made by a group of women that uses recycled newspapers. And then they sculpture these vessels by hand. What truly makes it special is that it's dried by the sun rays, and which ultimately makes the entire creation process sustainable and green. Another personal favorite, because soft decor is so close to my heart, has to be the scatters. It is made from African cotton, mud cloth. As I said, the cloth is actually dyed with fermented mud.
So cool.
And then it is woven on traditional hand looms of about 15 centimeters wide. It is then stitched together to give it that true authentic feel. And then just to finish it off with beautiful details, there's a contrast stitch that truly just elevates the design.
Thank you so much, Shekinah, for leading the way. I think we're going to be sorted when it comes to home decor going forward. And for you, of course, this is something you're going to want to have in your household. Designed and handcrafted by African artisans. Shop the African collection exclusively at Woolworths. It is, of course, available in stores, or you can find it online or on the app.
Oh man, it could be your crib as well, eh?
It looks good. It looks
really, really good.
Really good. And I mean, be bold with all of those items. And while you are busy decorating, G and I would like to give you some entertainment news and catch up on some of our favorite celebrities and tell you exactly what's happening this week. So let's kick it off, shall we?
So let's start with a fashion tip here. Laduma Nkokolo, the creator and, let's say, visionary behind the incredible Makosa fashion brand, an incredible label, celebrated a milestone as he recently selected or was selected as part of the very esteemed Business of Fashion list worldwide. That's commercial footprint.
It's the Forbes list of fashion.
We love, obviously, artistic recognition, and that seems to be what South Africa's really good at, getting the recognition. But we want to see the financial knock-on effect of that recognition. What list are you on? When someone wants to buy, when someone wants to export, import, how do you fit into that ecosystem? This is massive. Well done.
And good. I mean, let's talk about red carpets as well. You can think about so many people thinking, hey, you know, what do I choose next for a red carpet item?
That represents where I'm from.
And is this not a testament to being so authentic to your roots and not being scared of them?
Yes.
And not trying to fit into some sort of commercial mainstream? You don't need to. You are from somewhere. Be that somewhere.
Bold. I think you hit the nail on the head. Be boldly so.
There we go.
I love that. Well done, my brother.
Boldly us is Tyler. Let's be honest, Grammy Award-winning. It's so nice to say that it rolls off the tongue. Grammy Award-winning Tyler. She is ours. Recently announced that she is finally, and I'm saying finally, coming home. And she'll have her first ever headline tour set to take place in December. So far, no details have been revealed, but Tyler's team actually assured us, the fans, that ticket details will be released soon.
But they're already sold out. That's the details.
Probably,
they're already sold out.
No, man.
No one knows where you're going to get them, but they're already sold out. No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not. I promise you, they're not.
And Tyler must come to your Feel Good Breakfast show live if you are going to be in the country. Tyler,
Please.
I'm just saying.
She's driving to us right now, in fact. She's driving on her way to us. She's just coming around. She's going to come around Hospital Bend in just a moment.
So you're saying that this is shot at 4 a.m. in the morning on the way to us?
It was raining earlier. She's not going to let anything slow her down. She's in the 2002. Absolutely loving it.
There you go.
But you can just imagine the dots that are going to be connected for young artist performers seeing her perform here live. And, come on, man, get out. But she is not the only person out there proudly representing for us. Doja Cat dazzled the crowd at the recent Global Citizen Festival with her South African-themed dress. It stole the show. And rightly so, not just for, obviously, the beauty, but for the powerful message that came with it, urging the world to unite in the fight for change, for love, for hope, for those in need.
Look at that. Look at that. Our flag is on there.
Man.
Thank you so much to Amalaratna Zandile Dlamini, Diagotana Sisuam, aka Doja Cat. But still, yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you for representing. And then, of course, this has caused some polarity because when a superstar comes to the country and says that they're only going to, perform in one area, interesting. But you may have heard that last week, Breezy, aka Chris Brown, announced that he'll be in South Africa, and a date has been confirmed for the 14th of December at the FNB Stadium in Jozi. Complaints from social media and the fans. Where's Cape Town?
Does he get
Where's Durban?
Does he get to wear the South African flag cap if he's not seeing the whole of South Africa?
No.
I don't think, Breezy. I don't think you've earned that cap just yet, buddy. You have a ridiculous amount of fans in this neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Come on down, man.
I mean, just think about, look at me now, Chris Brown. I'm from Cape Town. Like, I want you to come over here and just tour the entire area. That'd be nice. Just think about it, okay? Just give yourself a shot. Go for it. You can run it down here if you want to. You've got 5 more hours to come to Cape Town. You can hoy, man.
And we'll look after you nicely. And just saying that whoever comes on our show generally sells out when they come to Cape Town. So it's a perfect little pudding that we can bake here.
And then you can teach us how to dance, you and I. Can you imagine what that show would be like?
Just fun on the show. He can try and teach me how to dance.
It would be like a train wreck, to be honest, but it would work.
No, you'd be happier, man. You'd be happy here. How good does all that make you feel, man?
I'm happy. There was a whole list. Makosa's in there, Tyler, Doja Cat, Breezy. Thank you, and it's proud. We are proud to give you entertainment news fresh from South Africa to your TV on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And it doesn't end there because, you know what, social media platforms are always open for you. Tell us what's up on your social streets, what you want us to cover. We are always open at Expresso show, get involved right now.
I want to know from you.
Yes.
Something very important.
Please.
Okay, you've been buzzing, you've been rattling like a little kid on Christmas morning.
have.
You're going to be making something in the kitchen, or at least we're going to give it a shot.
Yes, we
What
must.
are we going to attempt to create this morning?
Okay, so coffee. We love coffee.
We do.
We love
do.
citrus. 'cause
Unashamedly
we
so,
love,
yeah?
We're healthy boys.
Yes.
So coffee and citrus.
Okay.
And then malva pudding.
What?
Malva pudding.
Is this a 3-course meal or
Malva.
all together in
No,
one
it's
go?
one go. It's coffee, citrus, malva pudding. We are doing that today. And we're
Yeah.
going to show you how. ExpressoShow.com is going to have the recipe, but Graham and I are going to show you how to do it. It's going to be great.
Oh, I'm going to need to lean on my ancestors for that one. Maybe we might need to just take a very nostalgic trip, just to show how far we've come, my friend, before we do that. If you want to join us for what I'm thinking is going to be quite a funny and emotional trip down memory lane for the two of us, we'll see you on the other side of this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties, as we get set to take a beautiful trip down memory lane. We're talking about all things nostalgia and moments that still make us smile, and these have already made us smile a lot. It's favorite childhood treat or maybe a special moment with family. We've all got those memories that bring back the feels.
Yes, feels are good. In fact, feels can be connected to so many different things. We're going to show you a few of them, but...
so this is kind of like one of those things for me.
Right?
And I can remember after, funny enough, doing my... season of Strictly, where I was staying with my sister in Johannesburg. I was obviously living in Cape Town at that time.
Yeah.
After literally every rehearsal, I would have to go and find myself some milk, some vanilla-flavored milk. And if they didn't have it, I would just drive on. I would go to like 2 or 3 places until I found it. So this will always stand out. It is beautiful. The flavor is absolutely gorgeous. Obviously been a household favorite for many, many years, and with good reason, because it is so delicious.
Can
whether
we,
it's
can
enjoyed.
we get involved?
Yeah,
Maybe?
you can have it just as is. That's why they did it
I
in
want
this
to do it
pack
this
size.
way because I just want to
variant.
make sure that we go through this, and also milk memories are
maybe.
good. So let's start off with a few memories. So what we've done is we've been asked to bring in some items from our personal stash. I don't know, do you want to go first, or must I go first?
I think you must go
if
first,
because
you're
then it's going to be a
stealing
bit
the
of
show a little bit, Chan. This is just too cool for me
Okay,
to
so this
see,
is just
man.
a representation of what I had to bring along, because I think that I want to go all the way back when it comes to music itself. Music was so different for me, and it's always been the CDs that I've went to go, and while I was bored, I went to the hi-fi. Sorry, kids. High Fidelity. Hi-fi. It was a little thing that had, and it played CDs, and there were cassettes. Sorry,
Also played
cassettes.
radio. You could
That's
play radio
you could
on
play
it
radio
as well.
from there too. I just wanted to let you know, kids. But at the hi-fi, we had like a stack of CDs. And at the CDs, there were things like Stylistics and Earth, Wind and Fire, and then I got all the old school in me.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, my brother in his room that I was never allowed in, I would actually, go into his room, even though he said I shouldn't.
Listen at the door.
That's it. And I would get that, and I'd actually, I'd find his CDs. And this is why my love for bands that you never knew that I knew, like Nirvana and Alanis Morissette and Spin Doctors and all of that came out from my older brother. And that's where, and then the Now CDs came out and the Bump CDs. So the Bump CDs were more ins. The Now CDs were like the compilation of the greatest tracks of any year. And I think this was really, it brings me back to the time where spending time with my brother, which always started with him shouting at me for being in his room. But then I'd actually say, like, I really love the Alanis Morissette song.
You'd earn some street cred, yeah.
And then going to a friend's house and him playing me a song where people were screaming at me called Crawling. And I'm like, what is this? I'm like, what is nonsense is this,
Can you remember what year
I don't remember that
came?
year, but then Linkin Park was like the first CD that I actually owned on my own. It went and bought at a local store. But these CDs are compilations of a year. Like if you pick up a Now CD and go back to that year, I can just pick up one of these.
It'll tell you what relationship you were in. It'll tell you where you were at.
Let's go back, all right? This one is from 2005.
Glory
And if I say things like Pussycat Dolls, Busta Rhymes, don't you?
Oh,
like
my
you've taken back to don't you? Wish your girlfriend was high like me. Oh, sorry. Do you see where I go?
Oh,
there?
I just
but
did
even
my back
like
in with that one,
locals, Watershed, Live Another Days in here
Oh,
as well.
my word.
Arno Carstens was on here too. So just to give you a little
Another
idea,
universe,
like
maybe.
if you look at these tracks over there, I'm sorry if there's a bit of shine on there, but it's because it's such a lovely nostalgic venture and adventure into what 2005 was about there. So,
but this strikes me. This is your radio career beginning, dude. It's this
I didn't
love
know.
of all genres, not just one, but music that speaks to you on that emotional level. This is the coolest way. So first of all, a CD, okay, is something round and silver that you insert into a CD player.
I just play it
okay,
for
so
you.
you might want to show them that. Okay, this
That's
is before.
CD.
And believe it or not, there is digital numbers on there. If you can take the CD off.
There we go.
In fact, it's so beautiful
So,
and
let me show
shiny that
you.
you could hang them from your
See there.
rear view mirror.
All right, cool.
Okay, to be extra cool. You could just dangle it like that.
Let me show you something cool.
It's certainly better than winding the tape back with a pencil, okay?
So it doesn't hack.
Oh, man, I feel like I know you so much better now from knowing this. And I think I went through the same thing with my sister, listening to her music.
Right?
I'd be like, absolute, like Roxette. Oh, absolutely beautiful,
What big
man.
collection have you brought
Come
today?
on, man. All right, so...
What large collection of items have you brought us today?
I'm going to bring this out. It's just this. It's a pocket knife because it can fit into my pocket. And I'm going to open it because for the longest time, all I wanted to do was touch this knife and open this knife because it belonged to my grandfather.
Oh.
Okay, and he was so amazing with his hands. He had the most incredible workshop, and I wasn't allowed to touch anything because I was a little kid and I would just break things. And then when I eventually earned the right, and I have very few things, and my grandfather was the male influence on my life, especially my young years. And I've spoken about the watch that he gave me that, or that I inherited, that miraculously had stopped at the time and date of my wedding, which is just mind-blowing. But this pocket knife, for me, represents an ultimate changing of the guard. And it's something that I've been able to take on fishing trips for myself. I've been able to go onto the mountain, give it to my son so that he can use it in spurts. But I'll be able to give it to him, and he'll be able to give it to his son. And the only job that's required a little bit of oiling here and there. But when I think of the expanse of the relationship that I have with my grandfather, there's 2 or 3 things I have that left in this world, physical things that represent him, and this is one of those things.
And I mean, there's also symbolism there, right? It's protection, it's craft, it's working with your hands. You know, I think there's a lot of things, a lot of, you know what also actually throws me back. You know, I was a scout.
Exactly.
And a cub back in the day. And I remember using those knives, and I think it just kind of takes you back to, and almost makes you a little sad. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of things about life now where we're not actually using things that are tangible. If I look at all these CDs here, I know for a fact that every single song in here I can get on a streaming platform.
It's a physical marker. It's an anchor in life.
The streaming platform will never actually beat the feeling of grabbing one of these CDs, grabbing the leaflet in there and getting all the lyrics and singing along to a song.
Earning the money
right?
through your blood, sweat and tears, delivering newspapers to go and walk into store and buy it. There is something powerful about the totems that we have, so don't ever forget that. I'm now thinking when it's going to be right. age my son will be when I can hand this over to him safely. But I absolutely love the fact that we have an opportunity to go back, and it doesn't have to be with big things. It can be with little things, something as small as just picking up a milk and having a sip and remembering.
Of course, we actually remembered to include you, don't worry, and we wanted you to tell us a bit more about you, maybe your kids, and some of the fondest memories that you may have. And this all with Clover milk, and I'm talking about things like at school, friends, after sports, special treat at home. I want to look at a couple of those comments right now. In fact, G and I will go through them with you. What's the first?
We've got some wonderful comments. Audrey saying, me and my family love having Clover fresh milk every day, especially mornings before school and at night before bedtime to have a peaceful night's rest. My kids are on that tip as well. In the afternoon was a special treat when we came back from school with a nice snack. For me, it was always slap chips on the way home from school, from the corner cafe. Just
Do you know what it is for me? When you had to go to the shop to buy a loaf of bread and you ate the courses with some, like, with a packet of like 50-cent chips, and it was like the best feeling ever.
And
I
then just
love
wash
that.
it down.
Right,
Cook,
that's
cook,
all you
cook,
do it.
cook, cook.
And then another one, Shanice saying, mine is actually a fondest funny memory. I was on my way home from work and I was stuck in traffic, as in a 2-hour stuck in traffic. Then I was so hungry and thirsty at the same time. When I checked my bag to take out my phone, I found my Clover milk in my bag. I was the happiest person that day. Hashtag Expresso show. I love that.
That's good karma, girl.
It is.
That is good karma. You've
Just
done
you.
something to earn that right. Oh, man. Oh, it's so nice. I'm feeling a little bit emotional.
I actually
man.
almost finished mine while we were talking. But as you can see, milk isn't just a drink, it's a taste of those special memories that we all cherish. And share your more of your most nostalgic memories on social media. Grab a bottle of this limited edition vanilla-flavored milk to bring a bit of your childhood to the fore. You want another song over here? Rihanna's Ponder replays on this one.
Get out. What year? That was like last year.
2000, no, that's 2005.
No, that was like last year.
Around that time.
Gotta be.
It's great. Okay, more memories coming through. This is fantastic.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Well, in honor of my grandfather and getting your hands stuck in, rolling up your sleeves and proving your worth, it's time for another episode of Handy Heroes. And today, the experts from Frank's Hardware in Saldanha Bay, maybe if you live in the area, you know them, they're going to share some great DIY hacks and some very valuable paint tips to make our next DIY project quick and easy to the soundtrack of...
Just paint my love.
Powered by Plascon, today's handy hero comes from Frank's Hardware in Saldanha in the Western Cape.
We are Frank's Hardware. We are a very family-orientated shop. We all literally are like a little family. Because we are family-orientated, we try and come into market at all kinds of budgets due to the fact that not everyone is capable of spending the same amount for some things that need to be done. That's my favorite thing personally about the shop, is that we try and satisfy everybody, not just one person. We like to appeal to everybody, a contractor, home DIY person. It doesn't really matter. We try and assist everybody. What makes our shop the best in Saldanha is anything we do not have, we are willing to get it. We have a wide range of Plascon, and as well, Plascon, they are so willing to help us with any queries that you have.
Ever since I was introduced to a Plascon brand, I never start looking around because they are the best in the paint. My favorite product is Roof and More. The Roof and More, what's so special about it, it contains 80% UV resistance, of which you can use on your walls and your roof, paving. You can use it on your walls, you can use it on your steel as well.
My DIY tip would be know which products to use when you do prepare your surfaces. Use the right rollers, and yeah, always make sure you have the right products to apply.
Today's Handy Heroes is powered by Plascon Wall and All. Unmatched dirt, stain, water and fade resistance to keep your walls beautiful for years. Plascon, together we've got this.
Thank you so much, gentlemen and ladies, for all of your help and potentially all the help you're going to give. I think maybe it's time for us to build a little holiday home in Saldanha Bay, hey? Maybe we've got all the team there to help us get it. Come on, West Coast for life, man. Love that for us, like I love a dessert.
Yes, okay, so we're going to give it an attempt, all right? Coffee, citrus, malva pudding is coming your way. Recipe on expressoshow.com. You're going to want to try it, and we are going to try it soon.
And then Stephen and the lads are going to bring us one more majestic, magical, ethereal performance to take us to another planet this morning. And that's just the sound check that's got us talking like that. The performance is going to blow you away. Stick around.
This Saturday evening on Tropical Island of Treasure.
Let's do this.
Game time. Let's go.
Keep shouting.
Oh!
I'm so disorientated.
This is taking too long.
What the heck?
Come. Careful, careful.
Uh-oh. We need these 3 points. Come on.
I'm starting to get worried.
It's not working. What do I do now?
We need to start moving.
Let's not worry about them.
Watch out, guys. We're coming for you.
Catch Tropical Island of Treasure Saturday evenings at 6:30 on S3. Repeat Mondays at 9 p.m. on SABC1.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. We missed you so much that we just started making this Malva pudding without you, but it's okay. We'll go back a couple of steps. Whether you're waking up, taking a break, or rewarding yourself after a busy day, Woolworths got just the coffee fix you need. Chef Clem has been rubbing his hands together for the entire show, waiting for this moment where we give you a delicious coffee-inspired Malva pudding, perfect for those caffeine lovers who also like a bit of dessert. So, let's start off with the basis. We're doing a coffee citrus Malva pudding, but now it's not just any coffee. One is not just coffee at Woolworths. We have to actually check where this coffee comes from, and you had an opportunity to go check out one of the suppliers, right?
I've been there.
What did you find? Oh, did you? Really? Apparently you went there so quickly.
No,
You
that
said
was my
hello.
coffee joke.
You said, hi, I'm from Expresso.
I did actually.
Right, I thought so. And then?
And then it was mind-blowing from there. So I'm so familiar with Woolies coffee because I have it so often from the W Cafe or inside the store because I got that black card, get my free coffee every month. So I'm very familiar with it. And I know the story, a little bit of the story, but then to actually be on the ground, another one, and being on the ground, I understand how much man hours goes into one cup of coffee. And do you know the answer? 200 man hours or lady hours go into making one cup of coffee because they're so meticulous. We know Woolies is all about the details.
Yes.
It's about where it comes from, how it's sourced, sustainability, what do you call the customer want, and then taking all those little elements and then creating the best cup of coffee you've ever had in your life. It is amazing. The technology behind it, people's palates. I'm impressed by people when they can taste things and just like point out a million different flavors. The science team behind the tastings, mind blown.
I can tell.
Every time I visit a farm, I visit a factory, I visit a producer, I come back and I am so inspired and it makes me enjoy ingredients even more. And then we use ingredients like this and I just fall in love. Boom.
I'm in
Chocolate
love
Malva
already.
pudding.
Okay, well, this is great. Now, when we get into the Malva pudding, of course, in your opinion, I know you mentioned this as well. Also, I like the fact that you dropped in because there's a certain black card at Woolworths that you need because that will give you, right? Some
That free coffee. It's that Woolies black card.
Don't tell anybody that we told you. But it's happening. But you know, another thing is that it's a coffee destination. Woolworths has become that. I know for a fact there's a Woolies down the road over here, and they've got a beautiful W Cafe bar, and you just go grab yours and you walk away. It's like there's so much prestige to it. Why is it like that?
Oh, well, it's because it's Woolworths. Have you seen when they carry their cup, they always carry the cup with the W facing forward.
That's
you want to
correct.
be seen with that cup. But again, it's the fact that you'll get that consistent quality every single time. Whether you're making the beans, whether you're working with the beans at home, or the grounds at home, or popping into a W Cafe, your favorite cup of coffee is going to be exactly the same the 4 times you have that coffee during the day and the next day and the next day and the next day. And that takes a lot of work. That takes a lot of work. That's why we have our favorites. For me, the organic all-African is my favorite. It's fruity. It's got a little bit of citrus notes in there. And that fruitiness and the citrus notes is why this recipe was created. So let's actually start cooking. So Malva, we've got the fruity flavors of the jam that's in there. And that picks up beautifully with the with the citrus notes of the coffee and the floral notes of the coffee. So
I like that.
actually goes together.
Yeah.
Sugar and butter has been creamed together.
And also, can I just mention that this recipe is on expressoshow.com. If you don't see us completing it, do not worry. It is already on our website. Another quick one is that there's also, I'm sure, a groundbreaking idea around storing coffee.
Right, because you see so many of the professionals, I'll say,
Please talk to me about
all the
this.
people
It's
that
important.
are really into their coffee say, oh no, they take their bag and then from there they'll open and they'll go into the fridge.
Yeah.
But I got told firsthand, no, don't put your coffee in the fridge. So it comes in a beautiful bag already. You can see it's got these little black clips on the side.
Yeah.
So once you are done with your coffee and you've taken out what you need, put the clippies back on. And you put it back into the cupboard. It needs to be a cooler, dark space.
Cool and dark, that's fantastic.
Like me.
Yes, no, you
Like
are
me.
cool and dark though. So the recipe is at woolworths.co.za, but let's get into it and focus on it. So far we've got some butter and sugar that's creamed together. Then you've got 2 eggs that are in there. Now you're going to get the eggs. They're going to be beautifully mixed together.
So here's the thing. It is extremely cold in Cape Town right now,
It
South
is,
Africa.
you can feel that,
So
yeah.
a little, like a few minutes ago, this butter was a lot softer.
Sorry.
So what you can do is, if that does happen, I'll get very scared when I get this advice, but pop it in the microwave for 5 seconds. 5 seconds, no more than 5 seconds. That's all you need. That'll soften the butter, but I can't do it now because
Okay,
I have
time.
added the eggs. So what you can do is
yes, because otherwise you're going to have scrambled
butter
No,
and
thank
sugar.
you. No.
No, thanks. Okay, so the eggs go in. Then when the eggs go in, we're going in with our jam. We're going apricot jam because it's traditional.
Apricot jam, once again, I should have added that to our nostalgic chat a little earlier because
Oh, for
apricot
sure.
jam is another one.
In the Malva, on the
basically,
snook.
if you're familiar with chokers and survivors, I think you know apricot jam.
So well. So well. And it's the jam that comes through and saves the day and saves your life.
It
Okay,
saves
cool.
it.
I'm abandoning the spatula. We're going in with our mixer. So, Carl Wasty.
Yo.
Let's go and on. Here we go. While I'm doing this, can you get for me? We're going to go with our bicarb. Very important. Bicarb is going to add a bit of aeration.
Bicarb.
And color. There we go. In. Salt. When you bake, don't forget your salt. In. Can you give me a cup and of flour? Maybe you can just make it a nice peak on the cup.
Peak of, okay, flour. Done. Right, yeah.
When you do add the flour, turn the speed down a bit, okay?
Yes,
because it goes everywhere. There we go. Then I need milk.
Milk, I got milk here somewhere.
Here we go.
Here we
In
go.
the jar.
Ready?
In you go.
Do it.
There we go.
I love
And
the
it's that
speed.
simple.
This is what we need.
Once you actually switch over to a hand mixer.
What else do you need?
A hand mixer.
What else do you need?
What else I need? We're good. So, Carl Wasty, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to pour this into our beautiful dish that we have that's going to go into the oven.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I'm going to get some cream into a pot with my sugar. I've got some sugar in here. This is going to be the syrup that goes over the Malva.
Great.
Cream and sugar goes on. Turn the heat up. That's going to start cooking. To that, we need to
This looks
add
great, brother.
coffee.
It really does. Oh, yes, coffee.
Coffee, here we go.
Yep, coffee, we're doing that.
So that's
Let's see
going to be
where
our
it comes
coffee
in.
sauce that our Malva is going to soak up. We've got the beautiful Malva mixture. So what you can do, what I like to do, is I like swirling the Clement Gold zest through. So you get little pockets of citrus notes. And you can also add the juice of the Clement Gold to the mixture.
I'm just asking, when are they going to give you the official sponsorship for Clement Gold? I just want to ask you if they're going to actually start naming it Clement Gold. When is it going to happen?
They told me, and
Yeah.
they say this, their words. I'm the unofficial CEO of Clement Gold.
I
Their
just hope
words,
so.
not mine. Their words, but they are my friends. We do so much together in the day. I get to sit on their farm all year
I believe
long.
you have similar taste.
We do.
Yeah.
Citrusy, golden, and from Willie's. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna swirl some of that zest through. And I like going heavy with, I like doing like 6 Clement Gold and swirling that zest through. And some of that juice as well. That's going to go into the oven. Our beautiful coffee sauce is going to, you want it to bubble. You really want to intensify the coffee flavor. And what I do is add a little bit of like salt to the coffee mixture as well. Again, just like chocolate, salt brings out the flavor of the coffee. So, this goes to the oven.
That's
When it comes out and it's still warm,
Yeah.
we're going to take this coffee mixture, pour it over. It's going to suck up all that flavors. And you're going, but...
Do you have to do the whole dotted thing with the toothpicks? Because I know some people like that. You don't need to do that.
I let it just sit. It's going to find its way through there. It's going to soak up. It's going to become so delicious and moist and just decadent.
Yes.
You can totally, for this one, of course, custard, but a little bit of ice cream. Because we've been having so much.
We've been having a lot of ice cream today.
So but we've been tasting all day, but you should really try this coffee Malva for me, Carl Wasty.
I would love to.
And then while you're doing that, I'm going to ask you your cup of
Okay.
go-to. What coffee is your go-to in the morning?
Well, I do like just straight up. If you go to Expresso, you must have an espresso on the way in. But then during the show, what happens is that you start to get offered coffee, and then I don't like to be fussy. When somebody says like, "Do you want some coffee?" I don't even ask about what I want. I was like, just oh yeah, no problem, and they just give it to me that way, so it's cool. So shall we dish up some of this?
Please do.
Okay, this is going to be so good. Now already, I feel like you need to get a zoom in on this one. Look at those pores. Now in those pores is where you've poured that coffee. And remember, we're talking about like 100% Arabica from Woolworths, right?
Exactly.
Which is why it's steeped in the goodness. So you've got the sweetness, the bitterness of the coffee, but also the quality of the coffee coming through on the palate. This is what I want. I'm almost too scared to dish it up, but I'm going to anyway. Okay, because here it comes. Okay, there we go.
Can I just turn this to cameraman Pete? Can you see how moist? I don't know. Can you see how
Give it a
moist
shot.
it is beautifully? It is so decadent and moist, and that's all that beautiful, sweet, creamy coffee flavor that is soaked through the Malva sponge.
All right.
I can smell how amazing it smells.
I'm going to give it a shot here. I know G was also excited about this.
Gee whiz, why didn't I use that? His name, Gee whiz. Gee whiz would love this.
Okay. I'm going to tell you something about this. Is that the sweetness of that citrus, the sugar molecules have interacted with the heat, and it's almost made like a crust of sweetness that I'm almost like a brulee that I'm really enjoying in this. I don't know who made this, which part of our kitchen team. I'm hoping you. If it wasn't, then one of them needs a raise.
Tiffany, you getting a raise? Tiffany, you get a raise? How much, like, what are we talking?
This flavor.
Big bucks. Tiffany, CEO of the company. She's screaming in the back. She's so excited.
You know what?
But your guests will have this reaction every time they have it because they're so used to Malva, and then you're going to introduce these new flavors. Their minds are going to be tingled and then blown.
Can I say that this Malva's mal? It's like proper, in the best way possible. It is crazy good. The flavors are so... When I taste it, I mean, you know, sometimes people have a flavor, it's like, oh, this is a this and a that. I can taste the citrus, lemon gold, 100%. I can taste it. It's because of the quality of the products that you've added to the Malva.
100%.
So I'm tasting the lemon gold. It's not leaving my palate. The coffee's not overpowering everything. You'd think the coffee would overpower. It's not. The coffee's laying the bed for the lemon gold to sleep in. And now it's all happening here.
I'm taking my apron, my job is done.
I'm just saying, I'm having this moment. If you'd like to have your very own moment, it may not be on live TV, but it will be somewhere where people are going to enjoy you. Make it a 100% Arabica. Make it Woolies. Choose Woolworths as your coffee partner in perfectly, up to you. Roasted beans, freshly ground coffee is yours, and of course, convenience and ease of capsules. Shop all of this and more in store, online and on the app. Don't forget about that card for some free coffee, all right? It's a black credit card, it's beautiful. And have a Malva pudding, a Malvaless experience.
You are marvelous. I can literally see the smoke coming out of your ears. Our poor little brains this morning have had to contend with a lot of sensory input. And we move from the taste buds to the auditory space. Stephen is here, yes, with these two freaks, very easy on the ear. I'm loving the chemistry in this space is just magical, and you'll get to see it come to bear in a performance of Oh Daniel in just a moment. Don't stray too far. man, we might have hit our sugar ceiling this morning, and we'll do it every single day of our lives if it means getting plugged into that. Perfect prelude to give you 60 million rand. Okay, that's the guaranteed jackpot this Wednesday, but it's only guaranteed if you actually put yourself in the running and win it. So you got to do it, man.
I'm going to try and slow it down because I had a lot of coffee and a lot of sugar today, but here we go. Tickets are available in-store on nationallottery.co.za. That's the website. The mobile app is fine. Cell phone banking works perfectly, or simply dial star 120 star 7529 hash. That's for you, SSD.
Yeah, and keep it glued to the socials. Expresso's social media pages will carry all of those details. Just go and do it. Make sure that you get the ultimate plug-in this weekend with Lotto guaranteed jackpot sitting at 60 million rand today. Good luck.
Music. Let's do it.
Please.
Hi, yes, we're back, and I'm going to do a song. We're going to do a song called "Oh Daniel." It's about the turmoil of relationships, but I think it's also a metaphor for life, how we don't really know what we're doing. But we just got to give it and go with the ride.
The sun rose this morning over my bruised head. I can't remember the things I'd said. The air is getting drier. The days slip through my hands. Today I hope to know, I hope to understand. Oh, Daniel, I wish I knew. Oh, Daniel, I wish I knew. Oh, Daniel, I wish I knew what I was doing. I think she'll move out west, be with the one she knows, leave the wreckage of this one-man show. And my hands will keep shaking, and my eyes will stay wet. The more I try to remember, the more I forget. Oh, Daniel, I wish I knew. Oh, Daniel, I wish I knew. Oh, Daniel, I wish I knew what I was doing. You can do it all right. Love everyone inside. Live out your dreams and take on the night. You can do the best anybody's done, but you're still gonna end up hurting someone. Oh, Daniel, I wish I knew. Oh, Daniel, I wish I knew. Oh, Daniel, I wish I knew what I was doing.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Hey, as we drive to our holiday home on the West Coast, that is the soundtrack of my life. Where can people plug in?
Oh, wow. Contemplative and creative. That's what Stephen McKenna can be described as. Outlaw Bass happening Thursday, 3 October. Tickets available at Quicket. It's called On the Record. It's a storytelling and music session. Do not miss it and grab yours and support vocals from the locals. That was amazing.
100%. A master at his craft. And, of course, you were a master today. Look at what you done created, man. Thank you so much to Tada Ice Cream and their amazing family for bringing us just the most crazy, flavorful journey for our culinary hotline today. And of course, we rounded it off with Chef Clem with the most exquisite Malva pudding. I think we should keep just one little bucky for Zakes Bantwini.
Tomorrow, yes, Zakes is going to be here.
Tomorrow. It's going to be a Friday. I know it's not Friday tomorrow, but it's going to feel like a Friday, and we're okay with that.
We've got a celeb guest as well. Dima's going to be there too. And then there's one other thing, is I believe that the people who save lives are on show.
And they are the best lifesavers in the world. We are absolutely here for that, and hopefully a whole lot more of this. We love you guys so much. Have an amazing day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Love you.
Adios.
Another feel-good production.
Drop of goodness from the freshest fruit full of vitamins. Crush it real good. Clover Crush, your daily goodness. Also in delicious new nectar. To enjoy every drop of goodness from the freshest fruit full of vitamins. Crush it real good.